Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
Number 10.
All right, episode 10. This is episode 566, which...
Again, we're in the 500s.
Yeah, I believe we will always be in the 500s on this countdown because...
there's a lot of episodes.
Episode 500 was on our previous countdown, so
but...
and we did about 60 episodes, and we ended the year on about 577 or so. All right, this is 566, and this is an episode called The Calvin's Triplets.
Oh, boy.
The Calvin's Triplets. Let's talk about these guys. This is the third in a triptych, or triptych. How does one say that? Triptych? Triptych. This is a triptych. This is a trilogy that started several years ago. Approximately, if I had to guess, we did the first one of these 6 years ago or so.
In a humble cabin with a dirt floor.
Maybe 5 years ago. Two guys, Taran Killam and Paul Brittain, whom you would know from Saturday Night Live. Taran has a show out there right now called Single Parents on ABC that he's in. They were on Saturday Night Live together, and they enjoyed each other's company so much they wanted to do an episode of the podcast together. So they came.
So they did.
And the end. All right, let's get to that clip. No, they came and did a hilarious episode called The Calvin's Twins, where they didn't have anything planned. They just, I remember I said, okay, what do you guys want to do? And Taran turned to Paul and said, I was thinking about something where like these guys raise horses. And Paul said, okay. And
is that what he sounds like to
okay.
you?
That's what he sounds like to me.
It's a little,
Mr. Killam.
Oh, wow.
Anything you say, Mr. Killam.
This is demeaning.
No, and those guys just riffed a hilarious episode where they were horse fight promoters who also owned a bee honey farm where horses punch each other to death.
That's right.
And they were twins, even though they had separate names, Beaver Hopox and Chico Hands.
That's right.
Collectively, they were known as the Calvin's Twins. So they did that episode, which was really, really funny. And then last year we did, and it was a long time in between the sequel, but we were able to get them both together again. And they did another episode where the Calvin's Twins returned, and they brought in Ryan Gaul, who is a hilarious guy that we have both worked with. A cast member of Bajillion Dollar Properties with you.
That's right.
Really funny guy. And he knows Taran and Paul. And they said, hey, can we get Ryan involved? So he came in and played Bisbee St. Hancock, who was their arch rival, who then ended up realizing at the end of that episode that he was related to them. And ergo, we now have the Calvin's Triplets. And of course, we had to get together and do another episode. So we're going to listen to this. This is just part of the episode. This is the beginning part of the episode, pretty much. This is your episode 10.
Number 10.
Welcome, guys.
Beverly, Chico, and Bisbee are here. And we brought in Petunia.
Oh, Petunia's here.
Petunia.
Calm down there, Petunia. Calm down.
What a sweet, sweet little baby.
She's a champion, but she's a lady.
You have her dressed up as...
Oh, yeah.
As a stormtrooper.
That,
like a Star Wars.
From Star Wars, not a Nazi.
No.
Nazi.
I don't want to paint the wrong picture for anyone.
that's right.
Like Star Wars.
Pure Stormtrooper Star Wars.
That's right.
Yeah, so...
Kids love it. Mm-hmm. They come in and you can sell it to them. You can say, would you like to ride a stormtrooper?
That's right. Bisbee is a huge Star Wars fan.
Is this part of your business now?
Sure.
Is riding the horses that are going to fight later?
Well, that's one thing. Yeah. We have a meeting every Monday morning now at 11 p.m. and we talk about
pre-prayer.
Pre-prayer. You said Monday morning, you say?
Every Monday morning at
At 11 p.m.? You guys have a very unusual sleep cycle.
We only follow Greenwich Mean Time.
Okay.
We never change our clocks.
That's right.
We think daylight savings is a hoax.
It's a hoax and a scam.
There.
Thank you, Chico. So, and you
But
guys
every morning
have
we
a
think of
meeting?
creative things we can do to
Expand
help
the business?
our business thrive.
Yeah, and this is one of the new
One of
ones. Is
them
hey,
was.
why aren't the kids paying to ride these horses before they knock each other to death?
Right.
Yes.
Right. Well, first of all, your options decrease by 50% post-fight.
Pre-fight, you got the pickings.
You got two options there because you never ride a horse like more than 20 minutes out from fight.
That's true.
Because as
Right.
soon as you ride a horse and it's before 20 minutes before they're in fighting mode, they just become a riding horse.
They're just a riding horse at that point. They're not a fighting horse.
That's right. But if you were in that 20-minute window with that horse you've been training and breeding
right.
and prepping for the fight,
But
they'll hold on to that. Their brains can't fully form and go like, oh wait, maybe riding's what we're supposed to be doing.
That's right. Horse never forgets.
Does it cause any sort of
Within 20 minutes of a fight.
Right, then they do forget. Does it
Then
cause
after the 20-minute marker, they definitely forget
Right.
was the
Right.
premise of what I was explaining.
But never.
Brains just
but
get
never
erased.
forgets.
But never
For 20
forgets.
you
unless
guys
it's 20
got to
over
get
20
on the same
minutes.
page on one of your Monday morning meetings at 11 p.m.
This is why they take so long.
That's true. But we set up some horses with all sorts of different costumes.
Different things.
You name it, we can have a horse ready for you if you call ahead.
Because Chico's a hell of a seamstress.
I have been sewing and a seaman since I was a young boy. And
You've been doing what with semen?
seaman. It's
Yeah,
a
I
verb.
heard you.
It's what a person does when they're making seams. Do you call that
Oh,
seaman?
I see. Yeah, so you've been making semen how long?
So I've been, making
Since you were
making-
13
As a
or
young
so?
boy, he was a
making
very...
semen with my. I've been seaming with my hands since I was a tween. Yeah,
That's
A
right.
twink.
He was...
a tween.
Oh, sorry.
Get that twink off your brain.
Sorry,
He
I don't
was
know what I was
twink.
thinking.
That twink off your
Our
brain.
mother was so proud because he was the first
your
to
dear
be
departed
seaman.
mother.
He was my poor mama, God rest her soul.
God rest his soul.
Who
Bisbee.
Bisbee
Is
we discovered.
Did you do a 23andMe?
We did a 3andMe.
We did a 3andMe.
It was just the three of us.
It was a little cheaper.
And did you guys semen into anything, or did you?
We did. Chico made us gorgeous suits, and he was seaming all over us.
That's right.
We went in because we did it
Yeah.
within a doctor's office. We went straight to the source.
Yeah, did you get
a
it?
blood tester source?
Was
It
there anything on your face or
Oh,
on your
we
chest?
did these
or-
wonderful hoods. He was seaming.
I was seaming on
from, like, our
everybody's
chin.
face, too.
The semen he did was at our chin. And it went straight to the crown of our head. The
Right.
semen that he did around the crown of our head was just people. We were walking down the street and they'd be like,
That's some
they
good
got some
semen.
good semen on their heads.
It was great semen. It almost came right down along the cheeks.
That's right.
Down the chin.
Like
It dripped
like a gambit hood of semen.
like a gambit hood of semen.
Gambit from X-Men.
And by the way,
Hey, is that
Chico,
the
That's an-
official what you call like a murder of crows?
Exactly.
It's like a gambit hood of semen.
Oh man, that was a gambit hood of semen, and I look divine.
And so you found out you are officially. Last time you were on the show, we didn't know if you had the same mother.
Yes.
Right. So you do have the same mother. And what did she used to? She was very proud. You were saying of Chico over
Of
here.
Chico, because he was such an early semener.
Yeah.
I was tapped at a young age to sew together all sorts of costumes for the Halloweens and other pagan holidays. And
None of the
mother was-
Christian holidays.
No, none of the Christian
Oh,
holidays.
no.
Are you guys not religious? I don't think that's ever come up here.
Well, we
Yes, we pray every.
Yeah, I was going to say
Right.
you pray, but to different
Different
gods.
gods.
Right.
Yeah.
And a different god every day of the week.
Right. Just to
Polytheologists.
cover your bases. That's a baseball term. I don't know if you guys follow sports.
Of course we do.
Of course.
Of course
are.
we do.
We are.
We're sportsmen ourselves.
We are the premier horsemen in all of the Florida Panhandle horse fighting
Right.
divisions.
But wait, do you
right.
guys also have like a horse baseball league?
We have a softball league.
Softball, sorry,
There's
yeah.
only 3 of us.
That's right. It's co-ed. It's recreational.
That's right.
But there's 3 of you. You
But
guys are all.
we have some horses play with us.
Oh, okay. Is that what Petunia's doing here today? Is Petunia a fighting horse or a softball horse? I'm not-
Petunia's a champion.
Easy there,
Petunia!
Oh, she's getting humble. She's getting humble.
Uh-oh.
Turning her face in the corner.
Petunia.
Petunia, you look at Scotland.
You be proud.
You
me,
look at
Petunia.
Scotland.
You look
Look
at me. Oh, okay. She's looking right at me.
Yeah,
Oh.
Petunia. Have a granola bar, Petunia. Have a kind bar. Calm down now.
So the business is good. Your business is horse fighting and sometimes riding and sometimes softball, and business is good.
Booming.
Business is booming.
You've rebranded.
Kakluman, ship shoeman, make more roomin' because we're bringing the boomin'.
Oh,
Brought
here
you a
comes the
T-shirt,
booming.
in fact.
Oh,
That's a
thank you.
T-shirt
Oh my
for
gosh,
you.
look at this.
That's been there now. Of course, Chico, Seaman, that
Seaman?
whole thing.
Okay, I don't think I
Courtesy
Put it
of
on,
Chico
Scotland.
Seaman. That is
All that
courtesy
fine
Chico
seaman he
Seaman.
did.
It's
Hold
a-
on.
it's
This
a
goes
half-
perfectly on my tits.
It's a
Yeah,
half. It's a half shirt.
just a little half shirt.
That's right.
Thank you so
Little
much.
half shirt, the bottom. So you just got semen all along your man tips.
But that semen does not touch your stomach.
No,
And
thank
we're
you.
very particular about
it would not.
So thank you for this. Last time,
Good underboob.
yeah, last time you were
That's
here,
great underboob.
I've not been complimented on that.
Scotland, I've seen a lot of hosts on the boobs.
enough. Wait, you're doing other shows?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Your
gosh.
business has gotten so popular. You're doing other shows.
We're on a press tour right now.
Really?
A junket.
Okay, so what are you here to promote then? I mean, obviously you brought Petunia here. There must be something really sensational going on in your careers. This is exciting. I mean, last time you guys were going to have a horse off. You guys were fighting. We didn't even know you were related. Now we know you're related, and business is great. So what are you promoting?
Well, here's the thing, Scotland, is... As you know, we've put our lives into horse fighting.
I do know that.
Into
Your
our
lives have been
careers,
devoted to it.
into our professions. And as we've said, we've expanded, we've branded, we've left-handed, we've pan-panded, we've bajambed, and we've kind of become celebrities in our own right.
That's right.
That's true.
Okay.
We got that big dick energy from the horse fighting circuit, and people want to know all about us.
Okay.
We're a trio of swamp donkeys, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't. Should I Google that?
Hung like a swamp donkey? You've never heard that.
I've never. I'm
Swamp
gonna.
donkeys have just
I'm gonna put it.
ridiculously
Yeah, I'm gonna
huge
put it in quotes.
flaccid-
Yeah, nothing is coming up.
You got to bang it, baby.
Bang it.
Oh, but look,
Just
it
bang
does
it, baby.
say. It does say, did you mean pick and book it? Oh, that's just because that was your last search.
That was my last one. Yeah,
I
they're
see.
wondering if I meant the
I
other thing
see.
that has. Yeah. So
We got offered a juice box commercial.
what?
That's right.
Really? Okay. So, and
Mott's.
I'm sorry.
Mott's.
Mott's. Oh, the applesauce.
Not
Yeah.
just,
Apple
not just
juice.
applesauce. They do a cranberry apple, a raspberry apple.
They don't just do applesauce. They do Mott's.
Okay.
They do Mott's juice. In fact,
They do
started with
Mott's
Mott's.
applesauce.
Okay. So they do matzo applesauce. So did you take the commercial?
Sorry, that's those are the sides.
Oh,
that we've
did
been
you think
faxed.
we're practicing our sides?
Oh, okay.
We got an audition for it.
Oh,
Maybe
yes.
we were lying.
We
second ago.
submitted for an audition.
You submitted. I remember the last time you were here, you guys went to a lot of auditions, I believe.
That's right. We've auditioned for hundreds and hundreds of different
Juice box
movies,
commercials.
juice
And-
box commercials, TV shows.
Our agent told us that we had to categorize ourselves something specific. So we said,
Like, are you a film actor or are you a
right,
TV
and
actor?
we said juice box.
Okay, so
We
you,
checked that box.
I love that.
A juice.
what did this audition? How did it go? What was it like? What did you have to do for the audition?
Shall we do it for him?
Well,
Sure.
And obviously, you'd have to imagine I am on top of my brother's shoulders
Right,
with a
yes.
gigantic trench coat.
And I'm
Because as I recall,
Yes.
you have trouble with the words.
That's
is that
right.
what it is?
That's
and
right.
and you
Very
Bever,
camera shy.
you Bever have to whisper up to him.
That's
Is that-
right. And
okay.
as you re-see, We're tiny men as it is.
You're tiny men.
And when the breakdown came out, it said this is a two-hander.
That's
They
right.
absolutely refuse to see more or less.
Yeah, I like. Sometimes they'll do that in audition,
people.
specify how many hands a person has.
That's right.
And so they were looking for one person with 2 hands.
Correct.
And I'm Chico Hands.
That's
And
right.
you're Chico, so you just thought, hey, this is where I
This
live.
is meant for me.
But if you listened last time, you have no interest, Bever, in acting. But
I
you,
remember saying that,
but
Scott.
you
Lee.
want to support Chico by feeding him the lines.
when your brother and partner in crime and business
Wait, you guys
cohort have a
criminals?
dream.
Oh,
Scott Lee. You haven't been reading the research.
Oh no! Did something happen over the last year?
Well, we
boy.
don't want
boy.
to.
I mean,
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
Wink.
things happen.
there's no proof, but we have been accused.
Okay. Well, it seems like it would be an open and shut case if there's zero proof.
Let's just say that
what they
Well,
a
also
Russian
Chico.
oligarch.
Chico's got some loose lips, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Chico, you've been telling people about this?
I maybe might have whispered something while I was falling asleep after praying to my god Poseidon. That might have happened.
So you whispered to whom? Was this someone?
Whomever
with you?
I had dialed on the telephone, I
Dialed someone?
allegedly.
Wait, are you
You dialed
after you?
911.
Oops.
Wait, so you did you? Let me see if I can figure this out. This story out. Did you have a
If
guilty?
anybody can, it's you, Scott Lee.
Thank you so much, Bever. Did you have a guilty conscience and you called 911 on yourself and your family?
Maybe.
What and what exactly happened?
Well, there was an officer came over
No,
to...
I know what happens when but I mean, what did you actually do to?
Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about these
Well,
alleged
the horse
neurons,
is
but
out of the
again, I say,
stable,
yes,
Chico. Go
yes.
ahead. This is safe. Scott Lee's a friend of the family.
Sure, which
Let's-
horse was out of what stable?
Let's just say, well, it was Cinnamon was out of the
Cinnamon?
east stable.
Cinnamon had gotten out of the stable.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's not illegal
what,
right there.
What might have
Well,
happened
Now
was
we
that
have, and we do have a saying: when Cinnamon's out of the stable, bad news for everyone. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna Google
it.
that.
That's a
Yeah, nothing.
that's a-
Absolutely nothing coming up.
Mama's favorite apron.
I was like 5% through that.
Had
sentence.
that.
Oh, gee.
That's all right.
It's 20 times longer. Wow. So far, I've heard nothing illegal, Chico.
Yes.
So you're
well,
in the clear.
what happened was a wealthy Russian man contacted us about horse fighting.
Some sort of
Wanted to-
oligarch? Or?
Yeah, yes, I think it was an oligarch.
Okay.
And wanted to inquire about perhaps franchising
Going international.
a horse fighting arena.
Really? So would this be
In Moscow.
purely a licensing deal, putting your name onto something, or did they want you to come out and develop it and build it from the ground up?
It would have been a licensing deal.
That's right. We trusted
Slap
this
out
man.
Yeah.
Why did you trust this man?
Very
Well, you know
rich.
what they say. When you're with oligarchin, you're family.
I had no idea. So this Russian person came out. So far, Cinnamon is out of the stable. A
You
Russian
know what
man
they
came
say
out.
when cinnamon gets
Yeah,
out of
I've
the
heard,
stable.
I've heard about this.
That's trouble, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
5%.
So
Continue.
so put on your hat, get ready to look for him, because if you don't find him,
10%.
there's trouble in the horizon. And the horizon isn't just for everyone's eyes.
15.
15. Yep.
It's a trip to Downsville.
20.
And if you go downtown, you're going to find other people who are looking for trouble.
So we're a quarter of the way through it.
Go ahead.
All right.
Mix it with Cinnamon, who's looking for trouble, and you got a tornado
30.
trouble.
Oh.
Now,
Get to a third. Get a third of the way through, say.
you also
33 and a third. Okay.
33 and a third.
33.33 repeating.
the mountains are after the horizon.
35.
35. Yep.
And they're looking at you like, hey, I didn't ask for this.
40.
And then, but you say, I didn't let him out of the stable.
45.
But the stable wasn't locked, says everyone. And
Well, the stable wasn't latched, is how it goes. You got halfway done. Start over. Start over.
I don't think we have time.
Start over.
This is going to be the
you
entire
sure?
show.
All right.
Yeah, you didn't even get
But
halfway
the stable
through.
gets
Well,
latched.
Yeah, I'm just
When the
telling
sta-
you what the
'cause the
saying is.
Right, yeah. But,
Yeah, this was
You're
on
right,
your
you're
mother's
right.
apron.
It was
oh,
latched.
yeah. Beautiful.
Latched.
Beautiful semen
Tiny-
all over our mother's apron. Embroidered and seamed
Tiny
by my little
fine
brother.
print.
Finest semen on a mother's apron you could ever ask for.
Number 9.
This is episode 572. So
Still in the 500s.
six. We always will be. 6 weeks or so
That's
after.
a weird coincidence.
6 weeks or so after our previous clip, 566. This is an episode called Changerous. And the parties involved are two people by the name of Jason Mantzoukas and Paul F. Tompkins.
And it was a party.
It truly was. Do you remember this episode, Paul?
I remember that it asked the question, what if Michael Jackson had
put out
produced an album called Changerous?
Changerous. Yes.
And we never got an answer.
We never did.
To that what if.
That is the first part of this episode. Now, this is quite often Jason will say to me like, "Hey, man." Oh wait, that's Paul. No, he'll say like, "Hey, I can't lock
Wait,
into
who
him."
was the first person?
Paul Scheer. Hey, man.
Okay, not me.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, definitely. This is more like Jason. Oh yeah. He'll say to me, "Hey, I want to do some episodes. We should do one with you, me, and Paul. I'd love to do one with Mary and Darcy. We heard that on the previous best of." And this was one where he said the three of us have to do an episode together. And this one was a lot of fun. This was just from a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And what
you can
happens
believe it.
previous to this clip is, Paul, you are playing Button Willow McKittrick.
That's right.
And how did you get the name for Button Willow McKittrick?
That is a sign on the highway here in California. I think if you're going up north, you will see this sign for two different places. One is Button Willow, one is
McKittrick, and they're underneath each other? Or
yes.
not
And
each other.
from
McKittrick is
the
underneath Button.
very first time I saw that, it seemed like a name to me.
Now, so Button Willow McKittrick, describe Button Willow McKittrick, if you will.
He's from another planet and the future.
Yes, from the future and another planet. The planet's name is
Earth. Yeah.
Right. Yes, that's
It's
right.
Earth with an extra T in it, I think.
Right, something like
Yeah.
that. And you're basically based on Mr. Mixelplick.
Like the great, kind of, yeah, that and the Great Gazoo.
Who's the Great Gazoo again?
He was the the Flintstones, which was a cartoon about cavemen that was based on the Honeymooners.
Right.
At some point,
What if the honeymooners were in prehistoric times?
yes,
And we
At
could
some-
just rip them off.
yeah,
And no one cared.
exactly. At some point late in their run, they added a space alien called the Great Gazoo.
In order to lure children
I
into
have no, yeah, because kids were on board with this cartoon.
with Flintstone. Well, I mean, that would happen sometimes with cartoons like Saturday morning cartoons where they would try to add an element in order to like freshen it up. Or I remember Scrappy Doo was one of those where it
Yes.
was like kids need someone to relate to, so let's put in a kid.
They're taking that from sitcoms, which, you know, a running.
And also Batman and Robin. Robin was added because they were like,
Oh,
these kids who read Batman are not
Right,
relating to this elderly, wealthy socialite.
So the Great Gazoo was the space alien voiced by Harvey Korman,
Oh,
who was observing.
Harvey
He was observing these guys, and he called them dum dums all the time.
he would never interact with them.
Yeah, he would with Fred and Barney.
Okay,
They were the only ones who could see him because he could make himself disappear,
okay,
and he called them dum dums all the time.
great.
Dub dubs.
Okay, I wondered where the Dum Dums part of it came from.
Yeah.
So before this clip that we're going to hear, we've established you are Button Willow McKittrick,
This is
and
established.
you have established that there is a science prophecy in which the Earth is in grave danger
Yeah.
unless Jason Mantzoukas and I do something. I can't recall what it is. And we are going to hear this clip. By the way, I think previously to this clip also it's been established that my nickname is Skittles for some reason. And so when someone says Skittles, you'll know that that's a name that you and Jason were calling me during this episode. Let's hear it. This is your episode 9.
Number 9.
I'm glad we got here, and I would like to begin.
All right, what side are you taking?
The Godfather
Beats Queen?
beats Queen.
Okay.
Make your case, Earthling.
I'm choosing to interpret this as the movie The Godfather.
Versus the movie The Queen?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, The Queen, sure,
Hold on a
a
second.
great movie.
That was The Queen.
The Queen, yeah. Okay.
Now, it's
And it was
Godfather.
The Godfather.
Yes.
So,
We said Godfather beats Queen, but
That's right.
But on Earth,
Oh, I see. So
In
you're
the
saying
in the
this is-
vernacular-
I'm not allowed to.
no, on Earth in the vernacular, if you're talking about a movie, you're like, "Hey, did you see Godfather last night, or did you see Queen last night?" It happens all the time.
now hold on a second. I'll grant you the first one.
Yeah, but the second one, the second
no
one,
one-
I agree. Is
no one
is
ever-
It's a
No one ever
stretch.
referred
okay,
to
so
the
I'm
Queen
going
as
to,
Queen.
So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to choose. Well, here's what I'm going
What
to
about Godfather versus the band Queen?
Well, that's what I was going to say. You can.
Then why did
I'm
I say
choosing the Godfather, right?
What about
You can-
Godfather's Pizza?
You can interpret
Herman Cain's
Queen
Pizza Restaurant.
however you want. I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
It's up to interpretation.
Is this what the argument is?
First, make this case to me.
Okay.
Not to him.
So I'm
this a
saying,
sidebar?
Okay. I'm choosing to interpret.
We're in chambers.
I'm going. Your Honor, can I approach the bench?
Please. I'll allow it.
I would like
But-
to take the point of view in favor of The Godfather, and I will speak to the movie The Godfather. However, Scott would like to interpret the concept of Queen is up to him. He can do the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. He can do Queen the band. He can do the concept of Queen, the Queen of England, or any queen, like the monarchy queen, like anything. That's the argument, I think. I don't know. What do you think?
So noted. I wanted to do a gavel thing, but I don't have anything handy.
Yeah,
You have a phone next to you. Just bang that on the table.
Great idea. Classic Skittles.
Hey.
Then it will be your interpretation of Godfather versus your interpretation of Queen.
All right. And we're saying why it beats the other person's.
I think so.
Okay.
You make the
Oh,
case
it
for
doesn't-
the superiority.
Yeah, I think The Godfather is just a
Godfather. If we're going to do this, let's do it.
I think Godfather is a superior film that has affected and impacted cultural understandings of family, of taking one's own life into one's hand to protect your family and forward their dominance. Much the way a queen could also do.
A queen?
Queen.
Everything is riding on this.
Godfather has performances that are exceptional. It almost destroyed Francis Ford Coppola's life. He
That's good.
Here's what I want to say.
You'll have your time.
Here's what I want to say.
Apologies.
Silent
Your Honor.
Skittles.
Here's what I want to say. There is no doubt in my mind that Godfather is, for everybody to take into consideration, is a superior thing in their life. Be it the movie, be it the pizza chain, be it the James Brown Godfather of Soul, be it any of those interpretations, it is because the concept of Godfather is someone who looks out for you in your time of need, someone who shepherds you forward when your parents die,
Objection.
someone who is responsible,
Objection.
someone
Leading the
who is
witness.
responsible,
Overruled. I
someone
want to see where this is going.
Someone who is responsible for your spiritual well-being as well as your physical well-being should you find yourself in trouble. That is the job of of Godfather. And as such, I believe it is an invaluable position societally. Like, our society is built on Godfathers, not queens. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Well stated, stupid. Skittles.
If you call me Skittles, I don't know whether I want to do this.
You don't
Ooh,
think it's
you know
a little
what that
affectionate?
is? It sounds like sour Skittles.
No. I'm sweet Skittles.
Do they make
Nope.
those? Do
If
they
I
make
have
sour
to be
Skittles?
Sour
Skittles, I'm
Skittles.
sweet Skittles.
Oh, yeah, they make
want
sour
that.
Skittles.
Oh, I want that.
Oh, really? There's a couple right here on the
No,
table.
oh, not so fast.
Excuse me,
underneath
this
the-
is my
Try.
time.
Yes, please. You may proceed.
Your Honor, we're all familiar with the concept of queen. Be it the band queen, Freddie Mercury, Brian May,
Keep going.
rest.
Please keep going.
Professor and Marianne. Whether it be
Can you name one more member of Queen, do you think?
Roger Taylor.
Okay.
How about that?
Great.
And
Why did you leave him out then?
and a little bass head, a little bassy guy. But we also have the movie.
Was there a Roger Taylor in Queen and in Duran Duran?
Yes.
Duran,
Can you
yes.
believe it?
Weird.
And I believe they played the same instrument, the drums. But we also have Queen.
Hashtag drums.
Queen is the most powerful player on the chessboard. It can move in any direction as far as it wants. Sure, King is the one that we all want to capture, but Queen is the one where if you lose Queen, you've lost the game.
No, you haven't. You've only lost Queen.
But you
Objection, Your Honor. If you lose Queen,
I'm speaking
you've not lost the game.
we all know
if
how
you lose
Your Honor,
King,
we all know how
if
chess
you
is
lose
played.
King,
I'm talking
you lose the
metaphorically.
game.
Overruled. He is metaphorically speaking.
Oh, that you can't use metaphor.
He said overruled.
That's enough out of you. Please, Skittles.
Now, we all know Godfather is a wonderful film. I'm not arguing that. 1972, a wonderful classic starring Pacino in his iconic career-defining role, Until Scent of a Woman.
That's right. Pre-yelling.
Hooah.
Hoo-ah. He did not say hoo-ah in Godfather. That's a mark against it, I have to say. But Queen is so powerful. And really,
I think you are, objection, Your Honor, I think you are forgetting about the scene where he says, Fredo, you never speak against the family.
Your Honor,
Hoo-ah.
Your Honor, am I going to be able to make my case?
Objection.
Without interruption?
Objection overruled. I'm going to ask you,
Jason
Mantzoukas.
Mantzoukas, to zip it.
Strong words, but I appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
You got it, Skittles.
After all, Godfather is a wonderful film, 1972, but what happened in 1974? Godfather Part 2. And as every film historian will tell you, Godfather Part 2 is superior to Godfather. So something has already beaten Godfather. So Godfather is not the most powerful player upon the board, but what about the sequel to Queen? Queen with Adam Lambert, not as good. So ergo, Queen is the best and Godfather is not the best. Ergo, Queen beats Godfather. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Is anybody? Oh, I was going to say silence. No one's talking. Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you for your impassioned cases that you've made.
Can I say, Your Honor, you're welcome?
Okay, Skittles,
Now,
you're pushing it.
My question, just as a point of procedure here, is
Have you ever seen anything involving a courtroom? what leads you to believe that this is the time we're all just going to chit-chat? I'm clearly making a pronouncement.
So, that's what okay. Well, okay, got it.
You Earthlings have given me much to think about. And as much as you have both made wonderful cases, compelling cases, and impassioned cases for your cause, I do have a ruling. It can only go one way.
Wait a second. Skittles, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, can we...
Sidebar?
Can we have a moment? Can we recess for approximately 120
A
seconds?
sidebar where it's just the two of you?
We just want to
That's
recess.
Not usually how we do things, but okay, I'll allow it.
Why are we,
But watch yourselves, counselors.
Thank you.
but why are we
Yeah.
letting this time-traveling
Cocksucker.
alien decide our fate, right?
Yeah, what is he, in charge of us?
Because obviously we heard each other. We are friends, right?
We're friends.
And we agree, even though we both said what we believe, that I am right.
No.
Wait.
Obviously
You
not.
still
No,
think you're
No,
right?
I definitely made the
No,
better
I
case.
made a better
You were
case.
so close to
I'm right.
contempt twice.
No, listen. Okay, you know what?
Hey, are you fucking kidding me?
We got to get the people of this planet.
We have
To
to do like
decide
an
what's
Independence Day kind of thing.
We gotta get the
where we
people
all
of
band
this
together
planet.
I thought we had an agreement.
and we force this little tiny motherfucker
let's get
out of
this
here.
fucker in a
Let's
shoe.
kill him.
This is
Let's
exactly
get him in a
what the
shoe and
problem
kill
is.
him.
This is exactly what the problem is.
This is what I think we need to do. Put it to a
You
vote.
sneak up behind him.
Put it to a
No.
vote.
No,
People
you
can
don't
either
do
support
that.
me,
You sneak up
or
behind
they
him.
can support you.
You
That's
hold-
what will bring our.
you hold his
That's
two
what will bring our
coats.
planet together.
You hold him by the two coats, and I'll just take a knife.
If
and I'll
we
just
want
fucking
to
shiv
subvert
him
the
right
prophecy,
into the belly,
the
and then
science
he'll bleed out
prophecy,
whatever kind
we
of like
get people
science
to
blood
say,
he
"I'm
has.
with Scott" or "I'm with Jason," and
Okay,
that's
so you
what's
sneak up behind him.
I'm
Great.
growing impatient.
Okay.
Are you done with your little
Yes.
We're done. Yes, recess is
tea
over.
party? All right. I'm ready
Sneak up behind him.
to give my ruling. Skittles.
You're
Where
on.
did... I don't know where that guy went, but okay.
Keep looking at me though, because
will.
I really want to hear this ruling.
I will.
Okay.
Godfather. It is an extremely important touchstone for you Earthlings. It, in many ways, in all the interpretations, Godfather of Soul, Godfather the movie, Godfather Pizza, Godfather the guy who looks out for you and your spiritual well-being. Sure, it's important. Queen. All of the reasons that you cited, they all check out. I was especially moved by your Queen sequel argument.
Holy shit, I'm gonna win.
Mostly, what I gotta say is, religion is bullshit. Queen beats Godfather.
What?
It is so ordered.
I demand an uprising.
Look behind you. He's behind you.
What? Hey,
I
what are you
got you.
doing?
I got you.
Let
No,
me
no.
go. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go.
No, no,
Get
I
him
won.
in the bag.
No,
Get him in the bag.
I won. I won. Holy shit! No, I won.
I demand an uprising. People, if you support me, if you support the Godfather,
Oh my God,
rise
is
up
that
against
blood?
the monarchy.
What
Rise
is
up.
that?
We will find his
Oh,
ship.
he's
We
dying.
will go to Earth and we will destroy them.
I've never seen anything killed before.
Number 8.
I don't know what his job is, but his name is Leonard Stooltap. Hello, Leonard.
How are you? My
Hi.
name is Leonard Stooltap.
Leonard Stooltap. What an interesting name.
Oh my God, yeah, thanks. I'm from all over the world. I was born all over the world. I was born in a plane.
You were born in a plane, which
So,
was
yeah.
just kind of
So my head was born in Russia. My body was technically born in Switzerland, and my legs were born in Amsterdam.
amazing. So you have so many nationalities.
Oh my goodness! Thank you for saying that.
Wow, but your accent sounds very, very.
Oh, I'm very posh. What I did is I
that's
took
what
all
the
the
word.
different dialects from around the world and I put them together in a beautiful stew. And here I am, Leonard Stool.
Leonard Stooltap. So it's so good to talk to you. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
I don't know why my producer hooked you up at the show, but obviously you're here to
I
talk
met
about
your
something.
Well, I'll tell you what I do, and then you'll know why. I'm a professional hooker.
A professional hooker.
I'm a professional hooker. Don't call me a gigolo. I'm a professional hooker.
Okay, I guess if you were not a professional and you were a hooker, you would just be like any of us, just having sex for free.
That's a funny joke. So I guess
Not
what
really
I
a joke,
am
it's
is, well, it sounds
much
like a
as an
funny joke. to me.
observation.
Oh, that's the other thing. I don't understand jokes.
Oh, okay.
Because
So wait,
that-
do you just
because-
say that's a funny joke after every single thing anyone
That's a
says,
funny
just in
joke.
case?
That's a funny joke. Just in case someone says a joke, I say that's a funny joke. Oh, it's terrible. When I'm doing a eulogy, I say it at the end also, just in case. You know what I mean?
How often are you doing eulogies, by the way?
It's a funny joke. Like, I'll do a eulogy probably once a week.
Once a week for people you know?
Because
Or?
you got to get good at them. It's just like a best man speech.
So you're sort of practicing for the ultimate eulogy that you're going to give?
When I prostitute, I end up with a lot of people who are deceased afterwards, and because of that, I have
Wait
to
a
be
minute,
good at eulogies.
You wind up with people who are deceased afterwards.
Yeah.
Are you murdering them?
No, I bang so hard I bust them open. Men, women. So
Why would anyone hire you?
Well, they don't know. Ha ha ha. And that's a
Oh,
joke.
okay.
They don't know.
It's not a joke. That's a serious thing that you're doing.
Is that a joke?
No, that's not a joke.
Right. So in my head, have you ever had sex before?
Yeah, several times. I'm a married
Prove it.
man. So,
oh,
yeah.
really? Who are you married to? Kulop?
Wait, how do you know her?
I just made up a funny word. So how long? What
you
are you
hit
doing?
it 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Really?
Yeah, you
Kulop
did.
Visa? No way. Right?
Well, you got the last name wrong.
Okay. Got it. Cool. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What's it like when you have sex?
What's it like? I mean, it's a loving, tender communion of two bodies.
Of course.
Commingling
No,
and
stop.
almost
Don't say
becoming
commingling. Is that a joke? My question to you is, what's it like?
It's, I don't know, it's like your private parts kind of tingle and then they sort of.
I'll tell you what it's like to have sex with me.
Okay.
Have you seen Avengers Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah.
It's out by now, right?
Yeah, it's great. Well,
Imagine-
I don't think it's out by now.
Imagine all the stones, all the Infinity Stones in my balls. And every time I come, the power of all the Infinity Stones come together and burst through either your asshole or your vagina.
That's powerful. You're the Thanos of coming.
You said it. I didn't say it. You know what I mean? Is that a joke? That's a joke.
It's not a joke. But
you sure?
So why would anyone hire you to do this?
Because
has every single person that you've ever had sex with deceased?
No, one person has not.
Who is that?
Ugh. I don't want to say his name because he's a big celebrity.
Who? Please,
I don't want to say his name
Come on,
because he's a big
I
celebrity.
mean, you can't just tease us like this. Who is this?
He may. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Please give us a little goss.
Ray Bradbury.
Ray Bradbury?
Yes.
Writer of Fahrenheit 451 and
I didn't know that.
Dandelion
was he?
Wine?
Oh, I had no idea. Really?
I saw him speak at my college once.
Oh my goodness. How was he? Was he as cool as he was in bed?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how cool he was in bed.
Oh, he was super cool.
Because he's a science...
He's one of those guys that puts on sunglasses and goes, "Let's do it." Do you know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, because he's a science fiction writer, he was able to escape this sort of science fiction
I guess.
death?
I don't know. I gave him my blow and he didn't. You know what I mean? He didn't blow up. But I'm not here to talk about sex. I'm here to talk about my new passion.
Okay, good, because I think we've gone about as far as we can go
Oh, really?
with the professional hooker bar. What is your new passion? What are you into these days?
You want to hear about it right now?
Yes, if you're here to talk about it, I want to hear about it right now. Let us tarry no further.
I create sports for babies.
You create sports for babies.
Yeah, do you like
this
football?
Is really
Do you
interesting.
like football?
I love football.
Oh, well, I have a football baby league.
So it doesn't sound like you're creating a sport as much as you're just organizing a league.
Right, I guess I'm more of a soccer mom than anything.
Wait a minute. So you're not creating your new sports?
No. Oh, yes, I am. Do you want to hear the new sports I'm creating?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking
It's
about.
like baseball.
Okay.
But instead of a ball,
So it's a stick sport.
it's a stick sport
And a
right?
ball sport.
It's a ball sport and a stick sport.
The best combination of a stick sport
What
and
are
a
the
ball
things
sport.
you love about all the different sports?
Well, I love points.
We've got it.
Okay, great. I love competition.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I love that they normally don't end in ties.
Yes, well this one the only way to win is to not end with a tie.
Okay. I love
Imagine, if you will, close your eyes. Imagine, if you will, a sport that combines baseball, football, soccer, and flying all at the same time, but has nothing to do with Harry Potter.
Okay, so not Quidditch.
It's not Quidditch.
Okay, so
But by the way, there is a lawsuit pending on me.
okay, wait.
There is a lawsuit pending. Everybody gets on their brimes, not brooms, brimes.
Rhymes. These are flying machines?
They fly, yes.
Okay.
And they get their balls, and you have to take it and try to throw it
Their
through
testicles or
the
their
hoop. No, that's a funny joke. Is that a joke?
That was a joke.
Oh,
yes.
okay, I wouldn't know.
Hey, a broken clock is right
I have
twice a
something
day.
very similar to Quidditch, but it's not quite Quidditch.
Okay.
Okay, and so everybody gets on their brimes. They go up. They try to throw their balls through the hoops. Whoever gets the most dingle bops wins.
Okay, what is this sport called?
It's called Quidditch. Spelled like Quidditch, but there's no the I doesn't
But
have
it's pronounced
the I doesn't
differently.
have a dot over it.
Okay, so it's
It's Quidditch.
Wait, is that a joke? Because you're laughing.
No, I'm laughing because someone tickled my foot.
Oh,
And I don't even know what that is. What did I just do? A laugh?
yeah, that was.
So was that a joke?
I thought it was a joke because of your laugh. But
Oh, okay.
so it's Kidditch.
It's exactly like it's very
It's
similar to
spelled
Quidditch.
the same,
Yes.
pronounced differently.
Yes, but it's
Very
way
similar.
less expensive. It's so expensive to play Quidditch because you got to get those brooms.
Well,
We
you
use
also have to be
brims.
magic. You use brimes, which
Well-
exist.
Oh, that's the other thing. I guess I'm magic.
Wait, you are magic? I mean, obviously, I thought that because of your,
Yeah, I blow people up with my cum. You don't think I'm magic? What are you, crazy? Literally, I orgasm in someone and they explode into a million particles and then start life anew as a tree. You don't think I'm magic?
Okay, I guess. How did you become magic? Yeah, I feel like my producer should have introduced you as magic person first.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm not your producer. I don't know why you're yelling at me.
I'm not yelling at you. In fact, I have not
We
raised my
got
voice.
all the bullet points for your Wikipedia page, okay? I'm goddamn magic. I blow people up with my cum. I have a sport like Quidditch, but not really. And I organize leagues of football and baseball for babies.
In what way are you magic?
Huh?
I say, in what way are you magic?
Close your eyes.
How are you? Okay.
Close your eyes.
They're closed.
Okay, open your eyes.
Okay.
For those 10 seconds, your eyes were closed. The entire room was made of blue. and dragons were here.
What? How would I know that? I mean, that.
Your eyes have to be closed.
Wait, so no one can see your actual magic?
No, because your brain, you have to focus on my words and my magic.
Okay, let me close them again.
Okay. Oh my God, I can't believe, look how many dumplings are here. Did you open your eyes?
I just opened them.
Yeah, they all
there's no
disappeared.
dumplings.
They all disappeared. They were all here.
How many dumplings were
Well,
here?
look at me. Don't I look like I ate a bunch of dumplings?
Yeah, I mean, not
I look
really.
similar, right? You don't really look different after you eat a bunch of dumplings.
Yeah, I was gonna say aren't even crumbs around.
That's what I do. My magic is the second your eyes are closed, I can almost do anything.
Well, look, Leonard Stool Tap. You're
Leonard Stool Tap. That's me.
You're a very interesting person. Magical abilities.
Yes, magic when you close your eyes.
You've had sex with Ray Bradbury, who's no longer with us. What an interesting person you are, but we do need to get to our next guest.
Oh, there's another guest. I'm not enough for you?
Well, I mean, I hope you stick around and speak to him because it is a him. I don't have his profession here with me
Do you have
either,
his name?
but I do have his name. Yeah, please welcome to the show for the first time ever, Mitch Slocum.
Hi.
Hi. It's so good to meet you,
Yeah,
Mitch.
it's great to be here.
It's this is Leonard
Hey,
Stool
Leonard,
Tap.
how are you?
Okay.
What are you up to, Mitch? What's your deal? What's your whole thing?
What do you mean?
Oh,
Why is this guy coming at me?
Yeah, come on, get him in easy.
Get me in easy.
Are you interested? Are you interested?
Welcome to the
I
show.
don't. What do you mean? Oh, what?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm trying to do some pleasantries before you have to immediately explain yourself.
Yeah, okay. Well, now do I explain
Yeah,
myself?
please. I mean, if you're ready to.
Okay. Well, I'm currently a stay-at-home father.
Stay-at-home father. That's wonderful. How
I
many
don't
children
work,
do you have?
None. I don't work because I was in a very bad horse accident, horse collision.
Oh no! You collided with a horse, or you were on top of a horse?
4 years ago, I was perambulating through a field, an open field.
What is perambulating?
To work.
You were walking
I
to a
was
field.
walking
Why not
to-
just say walk?
Because perambulate sounds longer.
Close your eyes for 1 second. Mm-hmm. Open your eyes. You just sucked 50 dicks.
I'm fine with that. What, are you trying to scare me? You're never going to scare me.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Open your eyes.
Got it.
You just jerked off 2 dragons.
Okay.
That doesn't phase you at all?
Well, then if that really happened, I am a god amongst men. I mean, I vanquished 2 very powerful monsters by jacking
Vanquished?
them. Well, when you jack someone off, that's a sign of power over the other person.
Oh.
Don't you know
Really?
that? Yes, you're making the
I
other
haven't-
person submit to you.
I haven't found that to
If
be
you
true.
ever want to show your dominance, jack someone off.
The unflappable Mitch Slocum.
Yes, I was walking through the field and 2 horses.
You're perambulating through the field.
Well, I wanted to dumb it down for this freak over here. I'm sorry.
Why would you do that?
Well, just, Anyway, I was walking through the field, perambulating, as it were, and 2 horses collided into me. They were running very fast.
Were they coming at each other? and trying to
It's hard to say. I mean, I looked to the left, and one horse said, "You're next," and I pointed to me, and then he pointed, "No, behind
The
you."
horse talked to you?
And then I turned around, and then the other horse was like, "Okay, buddy, you want a piece of me?" And then they ran into me. I tried to get out of the way, but it was.
How did you try to get out of the way? Were you trying to perambulate?
I jumped, if you can believe it.
Whoa!
to
how
try to
high?
make them hit into each other?
Yeah, well, first I jumped forward, and I didn't go anywhere on account of my. As you can see, I don't have legs.
Wait,
wait,
I
hold
thought
on,
that
hold
was
on.
because of the horse.
I cannot see that.
So this isn't how you lost your legs.
No.
This is just another weird thing that
A
happened.
terrible accident.
Okay.
This was a terrible accident in the field. I don't know if you've ever had 2 horses collide with you.
No, I mean, what you're explaining sounds like horses acting like raptors, grouping up and trying to kill you.
Oh, well, just as they were colliding, I turned to one, I said, "Clever girl."
Is that a joke?
I don't believe so.
So how are you perambulating to this field without legs?
On my hand.
Oh, okay.
Anywho, I lost my legs in a terrible wheat combine accident.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Combine accident.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Open your eyes.
Okay.
You had legs for a little bit.
That doesn't bring me to tears if you're trying to
Tears?
make me emotional that for 1 second I
I'll
could
get
have
you
walked
emotional.
again.
I'll get you emotional.
I'd love that.
Here,
Anyway.
tell you what. Close your eyes again.
Okay.
Okay, now try to walk while your eyes are closed.
I don't believe I can.
Open your eyes. I did nothing, you fucking idiot.
Oh.
But you tried.
You did try.
Made you try.
Well, for
Made
a
you
sec-
try.
I don't believe I did. I think
Made
I
you
was
try.
confused.
Wheat combine? Wheat combine?
A wheat combine.
Did you work for a company that was threshing?
No,
wheat?
I was messing around. I really shouldn't have been there.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait,
I was putting
was,
stones in the gears.
was this a loose combine somewhere or a friend's
Are
combine?
you an anti-wheat guy?
I was 8. What can a boy do other than put stones
yeah.
in the wheat combine gears?
Play.
Yeah.
Yes, and the farmer decided to teach me a lesson, and he waited for me when I was on the gears and on the blades, and he turned it on.
Oh no,
Wow.
that's a hard lesson to learn.
I learned it.
You did. You
And I'll
definitely
never
learned
do
it.
that again.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
don't
done
think-
it again since?
No, but I am passionate about rocks.
Okay, passionate about rocks. Tell us everything.
I like to collect the magma ones and the outer space ones and the sediment ones and the ones that flake and the ones that are hard and the ones that are crusty and the ones that shard. And I like the rocks that go boom boom, and I take the rocks and I go zoom zoom down the hill. I roll them down the hill, big or small, it doesn't matter till they hit a man or a lady or a bus. I like it when they clang off the bus. Hey,
Wow, was that planned? That was incredible.
that's what I say at the beginning of all my
Okay,
rock
do it from the
meetings.
beginning then. Here we go.
Wait, I can't. I've got a one limit.
Oh, that
One
makes
limited
sense.
day.
It's
yeah.
a rule.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
So,
So you're a rock collector. You're sort of a geologist in a
a
way.
geolord, it's what they're called.
Geolord.
In the
Wow.
circuit.
I had a couple of geologists on recently who were also singers.
Who? Name the names.
Brashford.
Brashford, I know him.
Yeah, and
Brashford.
Samson. I believe?
Samson, yes.
Samson's a
no,
good one.
I know them both.
Yeah, they're married couple.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I've seen them at the rock conventions.
yeah, right. Yeah, they sing that one song that they barely know.
Yes.
Solid as a rock.
It's very confusing. Rock conventions could mean rock and roll
Yeah,
music.
how often does that happen? Where you think you're going to, a convention,
And it turns out you're
and it
going
turns
to
out it's
a-
Lollapalooza.
It's just Def
It's
Leppard or something
Coachella.
like
The amount of accidental warp tours that I've been to is
I can't
insane.
even imagine.
I can't even tell you.
Do you enjoy them though?
Are you kidding me? Who doesn't like a little ooh ah?
A little Long Beach All Stars.
Did you ever go? Is Lilith Fair confusing or
Let the
no?
bodies hit the floor.
Oh wow, do you sing?
I try to.
Well, let's hear a little bit of it.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Oh, you only know 3 words from each thing?
Yeah. I do it all for the nookie.
Oh, I know that one, the Nookie.
Let me see.
Corn, you know any corn?
All day I dream about sex.
Is that true?
But I
Are
was
you big
quoting
into
the corn.
sex? Are you big into sex?
I'm celibate by choice.
You are
Oh
wow.
my goodness, we are polar. We are.
Why?
We are milk and cereal. We are so
milk
opposite.
and cereal and milk.
Here we go.
Milk and cereal and milk. Milk and cereal and milk. Milk and cereal and milk. You know, we should try that in a round. Would you?
Okay,
would you
here we
care
go.
to?
Yeah, you start us off.
So I think, will I point or you'll just know?
Yes,
what do we
we'll
do?
just
I think
know.
it would on milk and.
On and.
Oh, to
on
do like the
hand.
roll your boat?
Yeah,
Row,
yeah.
row, row your boat.
Here we go.
Around,
I'm ready,
it's
I'm ready
called,
when you're
all
ready.
You
right.
start us off.
I'll go after.
Milk and cereal and milk. Milk
Wait, do you want me to do it a different time? You go second time.
Milk and
Milk and cereal and
Oh,
milk.
no.
Milk and cereal and milk.
Milk and cereal.
Cereal and milk. And cereal and milk.
We almost did it. I'd
We
like
almost
to
did
try
it.
again.
Okay,
Okay, ready,
here we
go. I thought you meant make up new words to it. 1, 2.
Wait, I'm laughing. It's too much fun.
Is that a
So let's
joke?
everyone do it.
Are we
Deadly
in a
serious.
joke?
A deadly serious.
Dearly serious.
Everyone frown.
All right, so
Okay.
think of the worst thing that's happened. So for me,
okay.
it's killing all those people in my sperm.
Losing my legs and then getting hit by the horses.
What about you, Scott?
This show?
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Milk and cereal and milk. 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 You know, have you ever had a dream in the morning where you can't wake up from? It's a bit like
Does
that.
that like this?
It sounds like that's what that sounds
That was a
like.
lot of fun.
I loved it.
Number 7.
Big Beatles fan. Do you like the Beatles?
What happened there? Did you
I
just
don't
have
know.
a small stroke?
Yeah, just a
How
little
did you get? How did you?
tiny one.
So you've done no preparation.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not
not.
even sure who I am.
I think that you are.
You think I'm Bill Burr wearing a wig, don't you? That's what you think.
Do you think you have more hair than Bill Burr?
I know I have more hair than Bill Burr.
So let's talk about the podcast.
I have more hair than Lucille Ball.
Currently.
Yes. Oh God, why did you do it? Why
about-
did you remind us that she's gone?
People need reminding about these facts because otherwise they don't know.
She lives on in our hearts, doesn't she?
She certainly does.
As long as they're on that tube, that flickering screen, they're still alive. I will live long after my death in 11 years, I will still be around because somewhere they'll be showing my show accidentally.
Is that why everything's going up on the web? Because
I'm preparing
for
the end of days.
It must be difficult, and this is leading you down another legal avenue here. But how difficult is it to get the rights from the NBC shows? You're not on NBC.
No,
anymore.
that was. It took us a while, but we. I get along very well with all the people that are there now, and it's a joint venture with them. And so let's say putting it up on the web makes us $8.
Right.
They'll get 7 of it.
7. Okay, that's not a great split for you.
I'm not interested in the money. I never was.
You just want people to see it.
I've never been paid for my show.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty much been an intern.
So you're the opposite of Jay Leno, who doesn't spend his money,
right?
But he gets paid.
If I could get money, I would spend it like crazy.
What would you spend it on?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
I can't. You're the type of celebrity that I can't imagine ever driving down the street.
It's funny when you say celebrity, I don't think of myself as a celebrity. I think of someone that interacts with celebrities. But I myself don't feel that way.
I mean, obviously,
I'm not in celebrity magazines. You can't. I defy you to find me. No paparazzi wants a picture of me. My plan worked perfectly. I get to be in comedy, and I am completely uninteresting and remain uninteresting to anyone who takes photographs of celebrities.
And yet you probably have all of the annoying aspects of celebrity can you go down the street without people wanting to take your picture?
I get a lot of selfie requests.
Right.
Yeah.
How many do you grant?
I grant every single selfie
100%.
request. That's not a joke. That's
really?
Not a joke. I do.
And why is that? Do you see
it takes
yourself?
A second. I do it, and I know that
yourself as a young comedy fan.
I remembered. I remembered when I was a young comedy just fanatic, and occasionally would meet a hero. And I was not the kind of person to approach them, but if I did get the chance to, spend a day with John Candy,
right?
Who I just idolized.
It was recently the anniversary of his death, I believe, or his birthday. Recently, his birthday. One of the two, coming or going.
Why you cut in there, I don't know, but that was your choice, and you made it, and now we're talking about his death. Interesting style.
Lucille Ball, him.
Yeah, but I got to spend a day with him. I'm going to keep going. I got to spend a day with him back in 1984, and I remembered very clearly that he was everything I wanted him to be. He was just full of life. He was Falstaff. He was really hilarious. He was really funny. And I thought, if I ever get the opportunity, I really did think this at the time, if I ever get the opportunity to do what I would most like to do, and I'm known for it, I want to be, when people are a fan and they meet me, I want to show them that it's a real thing. You know, I don't want it to be artifice, and no, that's how I act on TV, but I'm not really that person. So that's sort of almost a quasi-religious thing with me.
Can you tell us one example of a story about John Candy where he,
yes.
in the day, how many hours are we talking? You said
I got to spend, I was in college at the time, and I was running the humor magazine, and I invited him to come visit our humor magazine because I just adored him. And in Boston, and he said yes, which I couldn't believe. I picked him up at the airport. He flew in. I remembered him to this day. I remembered him coming down an escalator, holding a paperback that he'd been reading on the plane. The minute I met him, I thought, oh, don't be the nerd who brings up all your favorite SCTV skits. But he's so friendly. I just brought up, the Yellow Belly was a skit where it came with a song. It was a parody of a TV show about it was like, his yellow belly, and he's a cowardly cavalry officer who gets discharged for cowardice. And it just shows him walking down the street, and a woman and a little girl walk by him, and the girl says, I think that's Yellow Belly. And he turns around and shoots them both in the back. It was the hardest I've laughed as a kid. You never saw anything that mean, that edgy. And there was a song, he's a coward, yet I brought it up to John Candy, and he was delightful, and he reenacted it.
What?
And then I had been told by his people, you've got to make sure that John Candy stays on his diet. He's on a Brittain diet. Mm-hmm. He's on a Brittain diet, and they sent me, back then, I think they had to send it through the mail. This is back in the 1940s. But they sent it through pneumatic tube.
Mail carrier on a horseback.
Yes, exactly. I got this thing, and it was like he can have He can have 4 ounces of boiled chicken, no skin. He can have this. He can have that. He can
Why
have.
are you in charge of this?
Because I was hosting
You're
him.
driving him.
No,
I mean,
but I was hosting him for the day, so they
Right.
wanted to make sure that I got him all the right food that he needed because he was on this really serious diet. So he shows up, and the first thing he did is he said, "Hey, let's walk around. Let's get the feel of the city." And he was this larger-than-life, really fun guy. Come on. He kept calling me kid. Hey, kid, come on. And I was like, oh, all right. You know, I'm the height I am now, 6'4", but I was about 155 pounds and just this big floppy thing of hair and just super skinny. I'm like, oh, okay, Mr. Candy. And I'm walking along with him, and the first thing he does is he goes into a pastry shop. And he starts pointing to eclairs in the cabinet. And he was like, well, I'll take that one. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Give me 2 of those. Give me 2 of those. And they start putting all these eclairs. And I'm getting really nervous. And I'm really freaking out. And he looked at me and he winked and he went, don't worry, kid. They're Pritikin eclairs. And I was like, I'm in a show with him.
Right.
I'm in a show with him.
He lived his life like it was a show, and
Yes.
everyone else was the cast.
Yes, exactly. And I thought, that's beautiful. What a beautiful, his life was, that's a really special moment for me. And then recently, not too long ago, I ran into a woman who said, I'm John Candy's, I'm his daughter. And I remembered that you hung out with my dad for a day, or that, I've heard you talk about it. And then we exchanged information, and then she sent me a photo that her dad took of me.
What?
On campus. Yeah, and it's
amazing.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
And that he kept in his photo book.
Or he never threw out any photo.
Right.
I doubt it was that important to him.
Wow.
I was just random kid at the time.
Incredible. And do you know, did he wasn't still with us in 93, or was he by the time you got your show?
I desperately would have wanted to be a guest, but he passed away just a few months into our show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
you did it again. You're incredible. You're incredible. I just have to say.
Sorry.
We'll be back to discuss both Kennedy assassinations.
Well, we have to bounce to our next guests. They are 2 hoteliers, and I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Does anyone say,
Yes, you
does anyone
are.
say hoteliers? Or is it always
Some people
hoteliers?
say that and
say
they're
hoteliers.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people do.
Let's
Some
welcome
people do.
them to the show. They've never been on the show before, so this is an exciting opportunity to talk to them. Please welcome Pat and Scat Hampton-Krat. I really had to read that. That's a lot
We
of
have to
letters
read
in
it
that.
too when we
that last
have to
name.
introduce
Hampton-Krat.
ourselves.
We have to write it sometimes.
Well,
How do you feel?
sometimes
How do you
we
think we feel?
Pat and
Well-
Scat Hampton-Krat.
That's right.
That's
This
right.
is Conan O'Brien.
Hi, nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Nice to see you, Pat and
How do you
Scat
do?
and Krat.
Which one is Pat? Which one's Scat?
Well, I'm Scat because I don't want to explain.
Because is scatological?
No, my full name's Scat Trisha.
Oh, Scatricia. Okay.
Yeah, why would you go down the scatological route with Scatricia?
She said it like, well, you know what I mean.
And my full name is Patman.
Pat, like Pac-Man?
No, like Patman Crothers.
Oh,
Yeah. Why are you getting these wrong? That's where I went too. I thought he meant like Patman Crothers. What?
I'm sorry. I've never seen The Shining, so I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us,
Thanks
Scott.
so much.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You're hoteliers. What
Oh, yeah.
hotel
Yes, we
are you
are.
in charge of?
Well,
It's not exactly a hotel.
Yes, it's a property. It's a property that we own that people can pay money to stay in.
I love
Yeah.
a good property when I go on vacation. Conan, do you ever go on vacation? I mean, you must go somewhere.
I do.
What's your city of choice?
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
I only go to Nova Scotia. There's a small shack there down by the water that I like to visit. Mm-hmm. It's very expensive, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they keep it open for you year round? Is that
It needs to be ready to go at any moment.
any moment?
Yeah.
What's in that shack? Is it just
I'd rather not say.
a table, a chair, and one
Let's just
rifle?
say looks can be deceiving. It looks like a very simple shack on the outside. Inside, it's quite opulent.
It's like the TARDIS.
Yeah, and it goes down many levels. It's a way for me, well, let's be honest, a world-renowned celebrity to get away.
Now, earlier in the show, you were saying you didn't consider yourself to be a celebrity, and
That
suddenly
was-
you're world
That
renowned.
was just for saps.
Scott, thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
welcome to the show, guys.
You know,
Our house is
you know what I will say? I would never, as a host, Pat and Scat, I would never Ever.
This is
If
not
you
a
were on-
competition
Excuse
between
me.
us.
Oh, I think it has become
I'm sorry,
one.
I'm trying to hear Conan.
Yeah, thank you very much, Scat. I'm sorry, Scatricia, not
Please,
for
Scat.
scatological. Scat.
Scatological for short.
Okay, well now,
That's for sure.
I would never have. He swiveled his chair away from you, and
My
he
chair
addressed
has
me.
been right here the entire show.
I heard a squeaking swivel. He swiveled it away, looked at me. I look at both of you, and I say, "You said it's not a real hotel. What kind of building is it?"
Thank
Do you want to take
glad
over
you-
for
so
me?
much
I would
for
love to
asking.
just add
I'd like
color
to-
commentary every
Sure.
once in a while. If
Oh,
you want
this
to do
is a-
play-by-play.
I'll happily.
This is a
Okay, very
treat.
good.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, we have a home in Sandusky, Ohio.
That's right.
And
Sandusky,
the home
Ohio.
of Jerry Sandusky.
Wait, they've named the city after him?
They had a whole
To
parade.
be fair, they named it long before.
Oh, okay.
It was named before, and there
He
haven't
was
had.
named after the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they talked about changing the name since then.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's a
just
whole,
talk?
That's a bureaucratic mess
It's
to try
too
and get
hard,
into
too
that.
many
It
IDs.
is, and a lot of pranksters are saying, let's call it Paterno, Ohio.
Yeah.
It's like that's a lateral.
But then what are you
move
gonna
it
do?
back.
You gotta update all of your accounts online to
That's
see where your
right.
address is.
That's right.
move.
Everyone
much.
would have to fill out a change of address form.
Everyone. Then
Every
what?
single
So,
person.
There's no point. So we absolutely love it there, of course.
We love it there, of course.
So you have this house. Is it the house that you're is that you consider that the hotel, or is it another structure?
It's a structure
It's
that
a
we
structure
use.
that we
It's a
use.
home.
It is a home.
And then during the weeks when we don't have any customers or patrons, as we so love to call it,
That's right.
we stay there. We live there, and this is our home.
Yeah.
Now,
When it's
then-
empty, we live there.
And when it's empty, we live there. And when we get a customer, patron, as we
Sometimes like to call them.
we then
let-
we move out.
What we do is
Well,
we move
I
out.
jumped to the end. We pack
Sorry.
our bags.
We pack.
Take a shower.
First, we make
First we
sure
wake up.
We don't need
all of
every
the-
step.
No, first we wake up.
We wake up.
Eat breakfast.
eat
Don't forget, 'cause
breakfast.
I'm always hungry.
We both wake up hungry every day.
And now we're brother and sister, which of course we haven't gotten out yet. So
right.
we're very similar in our eating habits. Now, because when we were born in the
I
womb,
think everyone eats first thing in the morning as far as...
well, we had the same mom.
That's right.
We come out starving. The first
Both
second
of
we were born, we both wanted the tit.
That's right. Luckily, there were two.
Did one of you get left one and one of you get right one? Or
I got
Nope.
left in the dust.
You've been using that joke
And I
a lot
got-
your whole life, haven't you?
And I got
haven't
right
you, Scat?
in there.
Scat.
You got me.
You've been using that,
You
right?
got me.
That's not the first time you've
It's
uncorked
not,
that one.
it's not the first time I've said any of this.
It's true. We've said all of this before.
You guys are reading this off a script, I
Yes, we
noticed.
are.
Yes, and thank you for saying your lines.
We're shy people, and we have a difficult time with strangers.
Yeah.
And we're both visual learners.
Visual learners.
Gotta see it written there.
Flashcards? And,
Flashcards are great.
yeah.
Do you provide a service when people stay with you
Yes.
as a hotel would?
Yes, we do.
Turn down, turn up.
So you turn down service and
Turn down the TV, turn up the sheets.
That's right.
so you turn the TV all the way down?
Yeah.
When
Sounds
people
erotic.
say we need turn down
We'll
service,
do what you want.
we'll ask turn down for what, and then they have to be very specific.
Right. Is that how that song started?
What song?
Well, this,
Oh, you don't know
actually,
about that
I made a song about it.
Oh, okay.
It goes like this.
God, you made a song.
I was waiting to debut it at the show.
But you're debuting it in front of me as a surprise.
Yeah, you love surprises.
This is a debut of a song. This
You know
is
what? The
exciting.
spit is flying in this room.
It really
No one
is.
can see.
A lot of people don't know this. We're almost 10 years into the show, and I've been spat upon
I
so much.
need a salad guard of something.
We both just got braces. You'll have to
Well,
forgive
yeah,
us.
so you have to understand. What I got is this guard at the base of my teeth that blocks my tongue from going forward.
What I have,
Very difficult to talk.
I just got some old-fashioned metal braces, like from a museum.
They have leather bands.
So let's hear this song, the
Yeah,
debut.
so it goes like this. Turn down for what? I haven't figured out the rest yet.
Oh,
Wait, that's the end. That's the beginning and the end.
Yes.
All right. Wow.
I think you got a good start there, though.
Well, thank you. So this is why you're very supportive, and this is why our family works so well together, and why we
Exactly.
decided to live together in the first place.
Yes.
Well, we moved out.
have you ever lived apart, or did you move back in with each other?
I moved out at one point.
Right.
You stayed home with mommy.
Yes, I did. I stayed home with mommy.
Is
for
mommy
several
still
years.
around?
Mommy
no,
passed.
mommy passed.
Mommy's past, Conan.
Mommy passed Conan. and
Mommy
so-
passed Conan.
That doesn't always necessarily mean that she's dead. Many
true.
people use that I've
In
been
an
fooled by-
entertainment
I've been past
context.
can also mean career on the wane.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of people question who's past? Has Conan
Exactly.
passed? Is his
Oh,
career,
yes.
But is she dead? I hate
Well,
to be
yes,
well,
she has passed.
She has passed, but her
and
career
did die
it
first.
floundered.
Woo!
Was
Yes.
she an entertainer?
Absolutely.
Yes,
she was a
she
magician.
certainly was. She was a stage magician.
She was a stage magician.
Yeah.
It's all types of
Never took it
trapdoors
to
in our
television.
house. No. The TV wasn't invented.
Oh, this was before the 30s or so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guess our ages.
Okay.
And we won't be offended.
I would imagine.
We've heard it all.
We've heard it all. From
We've
everything
heard
from
it
1
all.
to a million.
I would imagine you must be around 80 or so.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think you're getting warmer.
Uh-oh, it's getting
When they
hot
walked
here.
in, I have to say, Scott, when they first walked in, I thought, I almost stood and said thank you for your service in the Korean War to them both. And then I thought that might be
Presumptuous.
or like saying to a woman, oh, a baby's on the way. And she
Sure,
just
yeah.
had,
You'd be
One of the most
shocked.
insulting
Burrito.
things you could
If you
do.
had said thank you for your service to the Korean War, I would have thought my son walked in here.
Yeah, but if you said thank you for being pregnant and I'm 85, I'd think, nope, that's just my hard belly.
Oh.
So you're not
I wasn't
pregnant.
going to say that.
No,
No,
Scott
that's
had
my
a,
hard old lady belly.
he always had a rock hard belly.
Rock hard, distended
Is it
belly.
okay
hard.
if I feel it? Is that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm asking. I just want to make sure everyone knows that I'm.
Feel it?
Oh my
Knock on
God,
it.
that is.
See?
That is, well, that was a very fake sound. But yeah, that's exactly how it, the way it sounded is just how it felt.
And it opens right up and I keep stuff inside.
Oh my God!
Look at
That's
that.
some sort of trap door in there.
Crazy.
Like a marsupial's pouch.
Yep. Yep. You want to see? What do I got this time?
Oh, can I guess?
Yeah.
Alarm clock.
Nope. Polly Pockets.
What is it?
Polly Pocket.
Polly Pockets. What is
It's
Polly?
an old toy from the 90s where you'd open up a little shell and she'd be inside there.
So
it's
you're
a-
very old, but you referred to something from the 90s as being old.
Yeah.
I turn it over to you, lawyer.
Well, it's one of those really old toys from the late 90s.
When I was 70.
Our mother forbade us to have toys until we were in our 50s.
Oh, see, okay.
And boy, do we have fun.
Oh, but we finally got
Oh,
those
we
toys.
finally got to play with a little
stretch
hoop
Armstrong,
and a stick.
Somewhere around 1988, you finally got to play with toys.
Yeah, ball and jacks.
Strawberry shortcake,
Yak.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yep, all of it.
Slime.
Floam.
FOMO.
Why are you here?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Okay, so you did like that interview question.
Well, I thought in a way it was refreshing because it's like he opened a window and just this gust of air came in. Why are you here? You're two hoteliers.
Speaking of opening a window.
We're here to tell you we're opening up our house for services.
That's right, which includes windows.
Doors, windows.
That's a pretty good segue.
And you will leave. Where do you go when you leave the house?
That's a brilliant question.
Exactly.
Let's say I check in, and where do you guys go?
We evacuate.
We evacuate. we evacuate
house
our bowels.
or- okay, your bowels,
Then we do that first.
I take a big dump, not to be confused with my name, and then we leave.
We leave.
So you leave them with the dump.
No. I flush the toilet.
Of course, it's in the toilet. What do you
Okay,
think,
but
I am an animal?
We flush the toilet for each other.
Of course
But
we do.
the general environment
Polite.
is such that a dump has recently been evacuated.
sure.
You
Yeah.
can say that about any place.
Yeah, everywhere
And
you
you're
go,
probably
it's
right.
probably true.
I guess so.
So we evacuate. Of course, we have to stay on the premises, though, because in case anything goes wrong.
Where do
That's
you
right.
stay? You stay on the premises in a guest house, or
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You have complete freedom
You have
in the house.
privacy in your own entrance.
That's right.
You have your own, and you have
The
your own
front door?
bed. You have your own front door. You have your own back door.
And if you don't look out the back door, you won't see us.
So
It'll be like we're
are
not
you
even
right
there.
outside the back door? That's
We're
the sense
right
I had.
outside
And no,
there.
it's connected to the door, and it's actually a room.
Yes.
In the house.
so it's
Yes.
an adjoining room.
Yes.
So it's not detached.
But there's a glass door in the kitchen. You can see right into
That's
it.
right. It's
know what?
separated.
If it
it's
leads
like,
into, I'm sorry, but if it leads into another room, it's technically not the back door. It's a door that leads into. I'm sorry, but that's just
no.
the truth.
I understand.
So, now you're the lawyer.
People get confused about this a lot. They get
Okay.
confused about who's a lawyer and who isn't. What it is there's a very thin strip
It's
of
a
backyard.
very thin,
strip.
perfect grass.
How thin? Like a
Pristine
Brazilian wax?
like a Brazilian wax on a pussy. Yeah, it's exactly the
Whoa,
thing.
hold
You
on.
said
Hey,
it
Scott,
first.
Hold on,
I didn't want
Patricia.
to say that.
Scott,
you
no.
said it.
He said Brazilian wax, but he didn't say pussy. You said pussy.
Okay, an eyebrow
we thought
Brazilian
that, of
wax.
course.
Yeah, it's as thin as an eyebrow.
Scott, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but for a 92-year-old woman, I find some of your language offensive.
Well, I've been on this earth long enough. I can do whatever I want.
I feel like she earned the right
She
to
is our
use some
elder.
salty language.
Look, you want to say anything bad? I'm open for it.
Wow, you're sort of coming on to me. That's the vibe I'm getting, Scott.
Hey, take it as you will. My brother here likes to interpret everything I do as coming on. Not to him, of course.
Never to
But
me.
he thinks I'm a big flirt.
I say you are a big flirt.
Well,
you know that you
no,
are.
I'm not.
You've never been married?
Well, no, I haven't.
I've been married for 35 years.
And he's still with her.
congratulations.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, well, I assumed
wait,
when he
where-
said that, he didn't
Where does,
just get divorced.
where does she live?
She lives at her home.
She lives in her home.
Yes.
And you live with your sister.
Well, of course I do.
Yeah, she has
Okay.
to braid
But you've
my
been
hair,
married.
obviously.
Have you ever consummated the marriage?
Happily married.
Have you consummated the marriage?
You mean fuck?
Okay, if you're gonna
Say it plainly,
I thought I was
Conan.
talking to Scat for a second.
Look, we're folks. We've been on this earth a long time.
We
have a lot
know
of
when
time
you say
for-
consummate, you mean fuck.
That's right.
You don't have time to mince words.
No time.
It's like a great comedian once said. If you say the word consummate, that just makes me think the word fuck. So why don't you just say the word fuck?
Who was that? The Bells?
Huh?
Louis
no, that
C.K.
was Bob Newhart.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You big Louis C.K. fans?
Love his early stuff.
Not so much recently?
No, yeah.
Number 6.
All right, number 6. And this number is a special number as it is one of our mid-century marks. This is episode 550.
Still in the 500s. Is this is this an Eames?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
It's mid-century.
I understand now.
Fun.
This is we for a while we were trying to do some special things on episode 200 was Jason Mantzoukas and Andy
in
Daly.
honor of a special thing, the website.
Right. Remember that? So episode 200 was Jason Mantzoukas and Andy Daly. I believe episode 300 we did Jason Mantzoukas and Andy Daly. Maybe 400. For 500,
Let's not do that.
let's not do
something
that.
entirely different.
I don't think those guys were available or something. But when 550 rolled around, I was like, guys, let's get the gang back together.
Yeah.
This is an episode called "Cheesing Out the Wave D-Hole," and it actually stands for "Cheesing Out the Wave Dickhole." Which
it
is,
actually does?
Yeah. Which we mentioned perhaps in this clip. But when I read the title, I was like, what does this mean? Cheesing out the wave D-hole. Apparently it's, we talk about it for a while, which is going through a circular wave, as if we were ejaculate.
Sure.
So this is Jason Mantzoukas and myself as ourselves. And we have the inimitable Andy Daly, who returned to the show playing Hot Dog. Mm-hmm. Hot Dog is
famous water skier.
Of course, he's a famous water skier.
Sha-na-na enthusiast, wants to join the band.
He was the first person to water ski on sausages.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And so we talked to him for a while. I'm going to play several parts of this episode, like 3 different parts of it. And this was a really fun one. And this is what you have voted as your number 6. Let's hear it.
Number 6.
Well, this is huge because it eclipses everything else. I have been inducted into the Water Skiing Hall of Fame.
Whoa!
City,
Congratulations, Hot
Finally.
Dog!
And so many good things have come from it. I mean, I lobbied hard for that for years.
Let's talk about your water skiing,
Years.
just to remind people who haven't heard you before.
Well, the reason I go by hot dog is that I am a hot dog of water skiing. You know that.
That's right.
I'm a water skiing hot dog.
It does not have to do with the fact that you were water skiing upon hot dogs.
No, although I did do some of that, and what not actually.
No,
hot
but you
dogs,
actually were water skiing on.
I was water skiing on salamis. And, I was the first guy ever, and that's one of the things that we talk about at the
But that's
rock
a
and
real
roll
hot dog
at the
kind
Hall
of thing to do.
Yeah,
if you're a hot dog, yeah.
I just want everyone to make sure they know it's not because you were skiing upon hot dogs.
That's correct.
It's purely your attitude towards skiing. You were hot dogging merely upon salamis.
That's exactly right. And I was hot dogging long before I came up with the idea of water skiing on salamis.
Right.
I've been hot dogging for a long time on water skiing.
When you finally got to salamis,
Yeah.
what other foodstuffs had you been water skiing on?
Well, naturally, I started with baguettes.
I was going to say baguettes. Yeah,
of course I did.
I would think red floats.
No,
if you've ever
soggy.
thrown it at the ducks.
I bet it would be soggy pretty quick.
Come up between the two of you. You came up with the pro and the con because that's true. It does float, but on the other hand, you're right. It gets soggy.
Yeah,
and you don't know that until you try it. Until you strap yourself onto the baguette, and get yourself into the water.
I would love it if you would. Hey, did you ever try like 6-foot-long party subs?
Oh, sure. I tried a 6-foot-long party sub. As a matter of fact, I did that in association with a sandwich shop down there in in Redondo.
Oh, nice.
Down in Redondo Beach, there's a sandwich shop, and I proposed it. I pitched it to them, and they provided the sandwiches
for free?
For publicity. Not for free. I had to buy them. But for publicity,
But they got
provided
publicity and you paid for the sandwiches.
Yeah, I had well, of course. I mean,
It's a sweet deal you
Oh, for
negotiated.
them.
I worked it out with the sandwich shop.
Well, at least you haven't given their name now, so they're not getting further publicity.
Brian and Ronaldo's.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
Brian and Ronaldo's down in Redondo Beach.
And was it 2 6-foot party subs, or was it one that you had to break in half?
It was 2 6-foots. Brian made one and Ronaldo made the other. And
Is that how they work?
that's always how they work.
alternate sandwiches?
They do. They go 1 for 1.
Is one better than the other?
Well.
Are you
no, I
when
don't
you go
wanna-
into Brian and
You get me in
Ronaldo's
trouble. You get me in trouble.
Brian and Ronaldo's in Redondo Beach, are you like hoping for a Ronaldo?
Well, you're gonna get me in trouble. I can't say, but let's just say if Ronaldo seems busy working on a sandwich, you're in good shape. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got it.
That's when
Got
it's time
it.
to step up the
Order
counter.
then.
Yeah, or that's when you need to. Anyway, yeah. So that was but look, that didn't work because all the ingredients. It was immediately obvious as soon as the boat started up.
Lettuce?
And I started waving to my captain like, no, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work with the sandwiches because the lettuce and the tomatoes and all the meats and everything just started flying right out of the sandwich. And then
Right. And where was your captain? On land or in the boat?
The captain was in the boat.
In the boat.
And,
okay.
But he's
That's a
you
good
know,
place for a captain when you're
He
water
ought to be
skiing.
there. He ought to be there. They're not always, but he ought to be there.
Right, yeah.
Driving the boat.
And what did he do when you waved, hey, we're not ready? Did he alter his behavior at all?
This is one of the real problems, and I'll tell you, this is one of the real problems with water skiing. If anybody could crack this, they will win a Nobel Prize in water skiing because the problem is that the captain, by definition, has his back turned to his
I'm
water
sorry.
skier.
Does the Nobel Committee give out a prize in water
And
skiing?
is it a peace prize?
No, it's a Nobel Prize
Just
in water
Nobel
skiing.
Prize.
They have not given one out in years.
Oh, they haven't.
No,
Because
it's been a long
I know they
time.
give one out in science. They give one out in multiple different disciplines.
It's not. Some of the awards are annual awards, and some of them are just sort of as
At
needed,
discretion.
intermittent.
How many years?
as
All of them?
deserved. What's that?
How many years? All of them?
How long has it been since the Nobel Committee gave out a prize in
all
water
of them?
skiing?
Yeah.
I've lost track personally.
Really?
But it's been at
Do you
least
think
a decade.
Can you name one water skiing Nobel laureate?
Well, I don't know for sure, but they must have given one to Terry Krakatoa.
Yeah.
They must
I
have
can see
given one
that.
because he was the best.
Posthumously.
I mean, that guy was.
Posthumously, because he died.
Yeah, he
you know.
did. He passed away.
So your captain is facing the water as to not steer the ship into.
And at this
Well,
point,
this is the
he's
real
the
problem.
captain now.
Who's the captain now? Oh, yeah. Well, hey, I know you're referring to that movie about pirates, right?
Yeah, right.
And this is a problem facing water skiers. There have
Really?
been incidents where pirates have taken over the speedboat that is pulling a water
Right.
skier,
Oh.
and then the water skier is powerless. The water skier is literally powerless. to do
That's
anything
got to
about
be
it.
exciting, though.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a bit of danger to add to a day's water ski.
Yeah, I mean, and this is one of the reasons you have to be careful if you're water skiing down at the Cape of Horn, Cape of Horn,
Sure.
Cape of Africa,
Sure, sure.
Africa Horn.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about.
You,
I
go,
do,
you,
yeah,
you
the
said
little-
it exactly right.
Is that did I the Horn Cape of Africa?
Basically,
Horn.
like Africa's like drooping balls.
yeah.
Excuse me?
Well, you know how Florida is America's drooping dick, and
It is?
Maine is the erection of the United States of America.
So wait.
That's what they call it. That's what it says on the license plate.
So Florida is America flaccid, and then when
Yes.
it gets hard, it goes up
goes
the
all the way
eastern
to Maine,
seaboard
yeah.
and becomes Maine.
Well, have you
Just
ever been to
fucking
Maine?
straight into Canada.
Yeah, man. Everybody in Maine is horny, and there's a reason.
Yeah, and everybody in Florida is riddled with STDs.
It's true.
We've talked about it on this show. That movie Captain Phillips.
Uh-huh.
It's like half Captain Phillips. Then the other guy comes in and goes, "I'm the captain now."
Oh,
it
yes,
should
that's
change the
right.
title.
What's that guy's name?
I don't know, Captain whatever his
It
name
should be
is.
Captain Phillips and Captain whatever that guy's name is.
Or Captain Phillips and then regular guy Phillips.
Okay.
Since we're not really changing POV into the captain.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sometimes
Or
Captain
Captain Phillips, isn't the captain for the whole movie.
for the whole movie, so don't get your hopes up.
Like, because
Captain
it
Phillips
is-
and former Captain Phillips.
as an audience member, help me manage my expectations.
Exactly.
For what I'm about to, like Force Awakens, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I never saw the Force sleeping, never mind
In the
waking
first
up.
place.
When
Yeah,
was
exactly.
the Force asleep?
You know, it's a very descriptive term, but I never saw it actually happen.
Yeah, like I like Avengers Infinity War because it's like the Avengers are in it
Yeah.
and they're going to fight the Infinity War. Although I
Yeah.
would have appreciated if it said Avengers fight the Infinity War.
Well,
but
no,
I figured
think-
it out.
Oh, see, I think you misunderstood it. I think the Avengers Infinity War is the Avengers are fighting a war that will last for
Lasts forever.
infinity.
So you expected to go and watch this movie till the end of your life.
Well, I think
and it
this
would still
movie-
be going on.
I feel like every movie that comes out subsequently is just going to be another installment of this war.
So you had made your peace with your family, your friends going into this movie. You expected to be there until the end.
I was like, I need to see where this is going.
Yes.
I got my affairs in order.
I wondered where you had been for the past month or so.
And executed a will.
I wouldn't mind seeing a prequel, by the way, where the Force is asleep. I wouldn't mind to see that.
Let's just watch that one.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah, like where someone is putting the Force to bed.
Yeah,
like reading
hey, Force, go the fuck to sleep.
Reading a story.
And then everybody's got to be quiet.
Yeah.
Shh, the Force is sleeping.
Force is sleeping, please.
You're going to wake the Force. Don't wake up the Force. Please don't wake up the Force.
I spent a half hour trying to put the Force down.
Oh, the Force is so cranky.
Yeah, man.
So, Hot Dog, what happened to the captain?
Oh, yeah.
What captain?
He was staring ahead, and you were on the sandwich.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, it's a general problem with water skiing that the captain can't see. And so a lot of times you're trying to flag down the captain and say, wait, there's a problem. I got a problem back here. And he can't see you.
Right.
And it's just maybe he'll turn around and look, and a good water skiing captain will turn around and look every once in a while, but he has to also keep his eyes out ahead of him.
Why can't this be a two-person job?
Well, sometimes it is, and sometimes you have a spotter. That's true. But
I'm
now,
surprised.
Spotter for the driving or spotter for the
a water skiing
skier?
spot. If it's a serious operation, and if you're in championship competition or something like that, of course you're going to have a spotter. But if you're just out there pleasure cruising or something like that, you maybe can't afford the $20 to give the spotter. Because
I think the spotter should be for the driving. So the captain is driving the boat, but turning his head around to look at the water skier, and the spotter's looking out ahead and says, "Hey, you're about to hit something."
Because it's much more likely. It's much more likely that the spotter won't have very much to see in the open ocean in front of you.
Exactly.
But you, as the captain, are directly affecting the person behind you.
Give the spotter way more to do. Well, hey, you're going to hit this thing. Otherwise, you're paying a guy to basically hang on and on the 10% chance he's going to see something wrong with the water ski.
Here's what I'm shocked by.
Okay.
I'm shocked that we don't yet have water skis that don't need a boat to pull them.
What are you talking about?
Jet water skis.
Self-propelled water skis?
Like jet skis, I guess is what is that what you're pitching?
Basically, why haven't we been able to boil a jet ski down into two sticks? Two sticks that you put on your feet.
You might just have won yourself a Nobel Prize in water skiing.
I mean,
that idea.
The very first one.
That changes the game.
At this point in history, we should have that. We have electric skateboards.
Yes, of course.
That drive themselves. We have electric self-driving cars. You're telling me we can't put a fucking motor into a couple of 6-foot subs?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can tell you that on a rudimentary level, things like this have been tried. People have tried to sort of, jerry rig some motors.
Is there something like that? The every time you go to the Aerospace Museum, there's that.
Every time you go? What is that? What do you mean?
There's that 5-minute clip montage of all the people trying their airplanes.
How often are you going to the Aerospace Museum?
Every weekend, I mean, it's
you head out
fun.
there every weekend, out there to DC.
They have that clip montage of the guy flapping mechanical wings.
All the times people tried to fly and they were like, they had a bad idea.
Is there something like that with water skis?
Well, there's only one video clip, and you got to know a guy if you want to see it, and it's because it's.
Is that guy Bill YouTube?
It's pretty. Bill wouldn't touch it. His brother has it though.
What happened on the
Randy YouTube?
Randy YouTube has got this one, and it's on the Randy Web.
YouTube Fred.
And this is
by the way, the Randy Web. I've looked it up. Yeah. It is not what you think.
Oh, really?
It is pretty Randy stuff.
Well, this is one clip that you can see, and I've seen it, and I wish I could unsee it. But it is
what happened?
It's a clip of a guy who did try to put a couple of motors onto water skis for this very reason.
Backfired.
And the reason in his case was that he had got into a real fight with his captain. And he was
well, what about? Is that included on the tape?
Oh well, the captain slept with all three of this guy's wives.
Whoa! What, this guy who was a polygamist?
No. It was one at a time.
Over time.
He's on his third marriage, and he finds out this guy slept with this one too. So they had a throwdown.
Wow!
And he said, and by that point, this guy was an asshole. I'm gonna tell you. Right? So a lot of people didn't want to be his captain. He said, I don't need a captain at all.
Right.
And so he tried to put motor and. He went directly into the water.
Whoa!
These things propelled him deep into the water.
Oh,
wow!
boy.
So were they sinking, or they were just literally like?
I think he must have just directioned them wrong, or something like that.
I see. Instead of like,
so they carried him directly to the ocean floor.
It was perpendicular.
Of course, he imagined he was going to be going over the water, right?
Right. Of course,
you could picture what he had in mind.
When one imagines water skiing, that's the first thought.
Yeah. But I guess I don't know. He just angled him wrong, and they sent him straight into the water. Yeah.
Right all the way
down to the ocean's floor.
Right down into Davy Jones' locker.
Davy Jones' locker.
And he was doing this right over the Marianas Trench. Do you know what the Marianas Trench is?
Sure, of course.
So this was, as far as we know, he's still headed down there. He's still traveling down there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because it's so deep.
As you know, I work at the car rental counter over there at the Burbank Airport.
That is right. Yeah. What did we've talked about it before. What exactly happens?
What happens?
Yeah, it seemed like there was some sort of detail about the way you interacted with customers, or
I don't know. Except I can never sell anybody the supplemental insurance.
Oh, right.
That's my main problem. But I was working at the budget, and funny thing happened. I went to work one day, and I was halfway through my workday before I realized that I was at Hertz, and it was just I had made
and
a mistake.
no one had cared.
Nobody cared, and so now I'm at Hertz. But anyway, since I'm at Hertz now, I'm in their system. I'm in their database, and you're not gonna fucking believe this.
You're jacked in, huh?
Screaming Scott
from Sha-Na-Na.
From Sha-Na-Na rented a car through Hertz. He never went to budget. He is a longtime Hertz guy. He's got the rewards card and everything. He has a Hertz credit card. He's always getting points.
Right.
Anyway, so because of
Hertz
that,
points,
he's getting Hertz points all the time. Now because of that, I have his email address.
Wow.
I got Screaming Scott's email address, and I'm like, I'm not going to use it until I have just the right reason to use it. You know, I don't want to.
Smart, very smart,
very smart. Because I can imagine the minute you got it, you could have been like, "Hey, Screaming Scott!"
Exactly, and I wanted to. You know, I wanted to.
Of course.
And I have literally like 10,000 emails to Screaming Scott in my draft folder. But anyway, finally, when I got
literally 10,000.
It's literally yes, and I have been alerted to, but that it's too much, and I need to clean it out. But
by whom? By Google?
I got a call from Tom Apple myself. Tom Apple called me.
I believe you.
And I had to give him my password and everything. But anyway,
smart.
Family pet
good.
name?
Yeah.
Did he ask you to put yourself on tape?
Yeah, Tom Apple.
Yeah.
He did.
And send him a urine sample?
I had to send him everything. My DNA and everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that problem's resolved. But
you could have just spit into a cup. I don't know why.
What's that?
For the DNA. Anyway, go on.
I had to give him a quart of blood. When I got into the Water Skiing Hall of Fame, I saw an opportunity, and I realized if I could get myself into that Hall of Fame, I can get Sha-Na-Na into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay.
Which I know is something they want.
They have not.
They have not
even nominated, or
to the best of my knowledge, they have not.
By the way, I think the whole Hall of Fame system is such an asshole move to we're going to nominate 10 bands this year, but only 6 are going to get in.
I'll tell you one thing about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. No other award show has anywhere near that amount of complaining about people who didn't get in.
I know.
It is constant.
For an organization that is ostensibly pointless.
Yes, and will allow almost anyone to
regardless of their connection to quote unquote rock and roll.
Exactly.
And yet Sha-Na-Na is not in it. I mean, does that make any sense? I mean, this is the number one interpreters of classic rock and roll in the United States.
I guess that you could say that they should belong in a Rock and Roll Interpreters Hall of Fame because they're not actually pioneers of rock and roll.
Sha-Na-Na has a song called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We should probably listen to it, don't you think?
Sure, let's play it.
By the way, I
want
to do a new podcast called
Did you bring it?
Are you Sha-Na-Na-ing to me? R-E me?
Please don't.
That's my idea for a new podcast, and I might do a pilot. But anyways, I used Screaming Scott's email address, and I emailed Screaming Scott, and I pitched him. I said, you know what? Let me be the guy that gets you guys into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that is now my job. And he said, you can do that. Go for it.
Whoa!
And he said, go for it. Was there anything else in this email?
Yeah, he replied to you.
He replied to me.
Did you tell him you were hot dog?
No. I didn't tell him
what did you just use HD?
I signed off under a totally different name.
Which name was this?
I signed off under the name Kilbasa.
Well,
now, yeah,
smart,
right?
Smart.
So, and he said, "Yeah, do it." And I said, "If I do it, can I be in the group?" And he hasn't yet replied to that email yet.
This sounds like it was just recently. How long ago was this?
That was like 18 months ago.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's imminent.
This guy. I mean, these guys are so. If you look at their tour schedule,
just replying to the other members of Sha-Na-Na must take up half the day.
No kidding about that.
How many people are in Sha-Na-Na?
It's about 5 or 6. But anyways.
And is it all original members at this point?
No. They've got some new guys in there. They've lost some guys.
Is Bowser still in there?
Bowser hasn't been in the group for a long time.
Really? John Bowser Bauman,
host
of the Hollywood Squares.
Was he?
Back in the when it was the Hollywood Squares match game hour.
Oh, he hosted it.
He hosted one of those. Yeah,
Oh,
he either hosted the match game or he hosted the Hollywood Square. I think he was
Bowser?
as Bowser. I think as John Bowser Bauman. He was the center square in Hollywood Squares, and then he was the host of Match Game, I believe.
Yeah, well, he's very politically involved, and as somebody pointed out, he has never once backed a candidate that won. Not even one time. But
not even one time.
Apparently not.
Wow.
Big into Dukakis.
He's Mondale. He was all in for Mondale. But
all in. And when I say that, I mean my fist in my mouth.
Oh, yeah. He can put his whole fist in his mouth. So now that's my job. I am crusading to get the Sha-Na-Na into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
How are you going to do this?
Okay. It involves your listeners writing in letters.
These listeners or the listeners of Sha-Na-Na?
The listeners, no. Well, the listeners of Sha-Na-Na are presumably already on the case.
Yeah.
And but it involves all of your listeners. You need to write a letter to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I wonder
if we because so many people listen to this show that I think if we all for fun tried to get Sha-Na-Na into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I wonder what that would take. I feel like we need a little more. We need to make it one step easier for people. I feel like
well, there's got to be an online voting.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we need to be giving people a thing that they can just do.
There is online voting, and I know that that's part of it every year now.
So I guess the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has online voting.
Yeah,
we could also petition the White House.
Well, but I know that they can do it. I think it would be fun for in the name of hot dog.
I wonder,
to get
Sha-Na-Na into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They'll put Bon Jovi in there.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? When Bon Jovi came out, it was like, oh, this is like you know, this is like cut rate Boston.
Bon Jovi had a whole long speech about how ridiculously long it took to get him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He is bitter. John Bon Jovi has been vocally bitter that they have not gotten in yet and it's all because he thinks he says rather that Jan Wenner doesn't like him. That the whole thing is personal beef between Jan Wenner, Rolling Stone founder, and Bon Jovi.
Well, that's good information because Sha-Na-Na needs to butter up Jan Wenner.
Oh yeah. So the other way we could combat this is just everybody tweet Jan Wenner.
Yeah.
What about Sha-Na-Na, Jan?
You think
what about Jan Na-Na?
Hey, there's like a if Jan Wenner wanted to join Sha-Na-Na
would you be upset
and call it Jan Na-Na?
Would you be upset if Sha-Na-Na let Jan Wenner in just to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and change their name to Jan Na-Na?
I mean, I wouldn't love that. I wouldn't love it, but I would like it because if they get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, no matter how, I think I'm in the band.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Wait,
saying?
do you want Sha-Na-Na to be happy or do you want to be in the band? Which of those two?
I have a
what
second.
difference does it make?
The other thing we could try and do is see if we can get Na Sha Sha in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's going to be impossible.
That's going to be hard. Na Sha Sha. We have not recorded an album yet.
The tribute band.
We would have to wait
Fame.
25 years.
A tribute band, a Sha-Na-Na tribute band.
The tribute band
getting
Hall
into
of
the
Fame.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before. I see. The tribute band Hall of Fame.
The tribute-
there should be a tribute band Hall of
There
Fame.
There should be the Electric Punks.
You might have just
Seven
won
Chinese
the Nobel
Brothers.
Prize in Hall of Fames.
Can I ask, is every other band or artist that played at Woodstock alongside Sha-Na-Na, are they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Oh, that's a great.
I doubt it.
That's a great argument.
You know what
I'm
I mean?
sure there
Like-
are bands that played that are not in the Rock and Roll.
10 years after, are they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
The Turtles?
Is Richie Havens in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I bet.
I could
bet
see
they all
Richie
are.
Havens being in. I don't know
Yeah.
about the
They
Turtles,
might have put
though.
him in. The Turtles. Did the Turtles play Woodstock?
Yeah, I think
Jefferson
so.
Airplane.
I gotta say,
John Eddie. John Eddie's not in the Rock and Roll Hall
Sha-Na-Na
of
is not even part of the conversation anymore. Like, if you look at the list of people, like, they're all the way up to Depeche Mode now and people like that. Like, I feel like
20
Sha-Na-Na.
what is the
it's
limit?
the 50th. Well, there's
25 years
25 years from your first record, but there's no limit of like, hey, if it's 50 years, you're out. Like, if you haven't done it in 50 years.
Oh yeah, well
you're
Nina
gone.
Simone just got in.
Right, but next year
They put Nina Simone in and they haven't put in Sha-Na-Na?
Yeah.
That's an outrage.
Yes, exactly. But next year's the year because of 2019. I think it should be
It's
the
the
mission.
50th anniversary.
The 50th anniversary. It's the mission of
Here's
everyone who listens to this show.
Here's what I'll say.
All right.
Because we just had the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a month ago, right?
Yes.
Next year is the 50th anniversary of Sha-Na-Na. They inducted.
You're saying everything that I've just said.
They inducted like six. They inducted 6 people a month ago. Next year they should only induct Sha-Na-Na.
And just make it a Sha-Na-Na blowout.
Oh,
That would be.
it.
Would that be amazing?
And the
the
end
whole
jam session is just
Sha-Na-Na.
Sha-Na-Na.
Just Sha-na-na doing their
No instruments on stage.
No. Just a cappella, sha-na-na.
that would be amazing.
Doo-wop.
I mean, let's make that happen, audience of Comedy Bang Bang.
There is no group that deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame more than Sha-na-na, because Sha-na-na is a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They popularized the music to a degree that there even would have cause for a Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Well, I guess 10 years after no one was singing doo-wop anymore, they did come around
The
and
band,
sing doo-wop.
10 years after?
I'm looking on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame website for a place to vote in. I can't find it.
I think maybe what happens is there's a certain point when it's unveiled. But what I would say is, sharp-eared listeners out there, they will know how to do this.
Yeah.
So I will tweet out a link or something of instructions of how to do this. We don't know how to do it now.
We're going to do it. And to do it for 2019, the 50th anniversary of the
This
band,
would be amazing. And it'll be our 10th anniversary as well for Comedy Bang Bang. I mean, what better present to me?
Here's what I'm willing to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to say.
You're only willing to say?
I'm willing to say this. I'm going to say this as a
I would
promise.
say everything that you say, you are willing to say.
If we get, I am willing to say what I'm about to say.
Okay.
If we get Sha-na-na in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they will be on this show.
They will be on this show, and
you
won't
hot
be.
dog.
No,
will get to meet them.
You get to, what I'm saying is, I thought meet them, sure, but we will force them to give you another audition.
Yes.
I'm not saying that
That's all I want. That's all I want is one more shot.
I'm not saying if
Here's
we get
the
them into
thing.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that you are in the group. I'm saying that they will.
Well,
They
but
will, yes. The transaction is if our listeners get them into the Hall of Fame, then they have to give you a shot.
A fair shot too, because I would
fair
imagine
shot.
you've auditioned.
Well, although, guys, what Screamin' Scott has agreed to by not responding to my email is that I will be in the band if I
has
get
not
them into the
agreed.
Rock and
I
Roll Hall
think
of
you
Fame.
should walk that back a little bit.
Yeah. What I'm saying
You're
is
going to be disappointed.
every time that you've auditioned previously, they've remembered you from the previous times.
I think it took 10 or 12 times for them to start to remember me, but since then they have. Yeah,
But what I'm saying is
they're aware of me.
Clean slate. We got to clean slate it. They have to forget everything they've ever known about what a nuisance you are, and they have to give you a fair shot. We never talked about this. When you die, you want to be turned into hot dogs and force-fed to humans?
Well, look. Yeah.
We've talked about this on previous shows, not during the break.
Force-fed or just
fed,
like
or
used as nourishment?
Well, things have changed. Like I am going to be turned into hot dogs when I die. That's
approximately
great.
29, I remember you were saying.
I think it yielded
roughly 27, 29 hot dogs.
And
is
does
what
that fluctuate with your weight?
Yeah. And I have to go update
That's
my
the
will.
only way it fluctuates, I would imagine.
And every time if I lose like about 5 pounds, I'll go to my lawyer and I'll update my will because,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you going to do just a plain casing and then just your body, your body meat in there? Or are you going to put some are you going to bring it to Brian and Ronaldo and have them maybe bring it to Brian and have him put some apple or some cheese or some smoked something in there, really spice it up into a nice sandwich kind of hot dog?
I really just want myself to be the only ingredient was my sort of plan.
By the way, August Lint was going to do this for you, right?
Oh, yes, that's right. August Lint was going to take care of for me out there in Germany because he's a sort of food science man. And
I think primarily he's a guy who likes to chop people up.
Yeah, food science. Like you said, food science. Like molecular gastronomy.
Right.
Turning hot dog into hot dog meat. And
well, he's
at the molecular level.
He's a salt inspector, and so that impresses me.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to get turned into a number of hot dogs. And then at first I was going to be fed to my ex-wife. That was my plan.
Force fed.
Well.
Or fed.
She offered and then
or tricked.
Tricked. Yeah, I did.
Okay, offered first, then tricked.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think I think the offer is a trick.
Right.
You're skipping right to the trick.
That's what I'm saying. But if for
can't
some
imagine
reason
you would first say, "Do you want a hot dog made out of your ex-husband's body meat?"
I think that's only polite.
And then if she says no, thank you, then you
trick.
Then you do an elaborate ruse to get.
By the way, Jason just mimed a circle as if he's walking out with the hot dog on a tray into another room and then coming right back into the room saying, "I have a different hot dog."
From the first offer,
roller skates, man.
From the first offer, she's gonna be really. She's gonna
have her antenna up.
For hot dogs of any kind.
Well, but then you may recall there was a period of time where my plan was to have those hot dogs served to the members of Sha Na Na because I was real mad at those guys at that time. But I have since I've taken that right out of my will. That is no longer in my will.
Good.
But I just updated it because you might have heard, Mitt Romney. You remember Mitt Romney?
Mitt Romney from the presidential race.
I think Bowser might have backed him.
Bowser might have backed Mitt Romney. But Mitt Romney recently was asked, "Who's your favorite water skier?" And he said hot dog. And I was thrilled with that. And then
I don't know that was the.
What was? I think that's what I read.
No, the question that was asked of him.
What was the question?
I believe someone was asking him what his favorite meat was.
Oh.
And he said
hot dog was his favorite meat?
He said, my favorite meat is hot dog.
Oh, I thought that he had said the hot dog was his favorite water skier.
No,
it doesn't matter. It works either way. Because when I heard that, I thought, well, I should be served to him. You know what I mean? If somebody, because I don't hear that very often. Somebody says their favorite water
compliment.
skier. It's a big compliment.
Also, it was very weird that Mitt Romney
like
said hot dog singularly. He said, my favorite meat is hot dog.
Well, now I obviously heard it wrong.
That's just a quote, Jason.
My favorite meat is hot dog.
And then he also said, my second favorite meat is hamburger, but I like hot dog the best.
Oh, no. What?
Yeah.
So I can see why you were confused because a human being does not talk that about the food.
And yet I would so much rather prefer him to be my president.
Then Hillary, I get it. But so I can see why you're confused.
Does this show exist in a universe where Hillary is president?
I can see why you're confused because when one mentions hot dog singular, it's usually about you.
That's right. Yeah, so I was a little confused. Well, anyway, but I just updated my will
you're now going to be served to Mitt Romney.
I'll be served to Mitt Romney
Do you have it in your will who will serve you to Mitt Romney? Is like does for example, does the captain of your boat take your hot dogs and serve them to, like, is there a person?
Or the spotter.
Is there a person in charge
give
of
the
this?
spotter more to do.
Or is John Bowser Bauman?
Well, what I have said over at Brittain and Ronaldo's down there in Redondo, they've got a girl who, she'll bring the food to your table. But I've always said,
a waitress.
Yeah, they've got a girl who does that.
They've got a girl that will bring the food to the table.
Wow,
Yeah, but I don't know if she's really, because you pay for it at the register. I don't know if she's a waitress. Anyway.
Okay, so But
my whole thing was, guys, you got to do a thing. I got to be able to order from my car, and she should come out on roller skates because I'm a big fan of roller skating waitresses.
Right.
And so, anyway, that's how I imagine Mitt Romney being served my hot dogs by a girl, or because it's going to be a lot of hot dogs, maybe a couple of girls.
This particular girl from Brittain and Ronaldo's?
Yeah,
Who is this girl? You seem fascinated with her.
Well, yeah. Her name is Janine.
Oh, wow.
And she's really sweet. She's good. Yeah, she's a good kid. Anyway, I'd like to see her in a tiny, tiny, tiny little skirt on a pair of roller skates, serving me.
Serving you. You'd like to see her.
I'd like to see that.
Serving you.
So wait, how are you going to see that though? Like from the great beyond?
How do we know we're not sentient when we're dead? And you know what I mean?
Also, are your eyes part of the hot dogs? Do they get ground down into the body meat?
Yeah, are the eyeballs involved?
Yeah. You don't know that. You don't know that eyeballs are part of hot dogs.
I didn't know that.
There's a lot of eyes.
Because part of me wonders, like, would you want your eyes to be left outside?
There is no eye in hot dog.
Yeah. Would you want your eyes to be left outside so they can watch what's happening, you know?
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
So, just pluck the eyeballs out and just arrange them on a tray.
Yeah.
Well, but
and
have
a different girl on roller skates, like, skating around with your eyeballs looking at.
I like that idea a lot, but you're inspiring me to think of a different idea, which feels like I know it would work, which is if right now I donated a part of myself to become a hot dog.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then I got to watch Janine serve that to Mitt Romney and then lean over to him and say, hey, you know what you're eating?
And which part?
I have one question and one question only.
Okay.
And I believe it's Scott's
which part
question
of your
as well.
body are you
going to make it
suggesting?
into one hot dog?
Hot dog.
Well, it would have to fit neatly in a bun.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure, yeah.
But other than that, I have
dog.
no.
You're going to slice off your penis and mail it to Janine? In a
bun?
In the hopes that she gives it to Mitt Romney?
Yeah, this is a new plan, but I like it to just cut off.
First of all, you have to get Mitt Romney into Brittain and Ronaldo's,
or in his car out front.
Sure, okay. Even though they don't have roller skating waitresses there.
Not yet. All I got to do is get Janine a pair of roller skates and a real tiny, tiny little skirt.
And
you're going to send all of this in a box? A pair of roller skates, a tiny skirt, and your penis?
In a hot dog bun. And then
are you going to cook it? Or is this a job for August Lind?
August Lind, we'll probably smoke it, you know.
Obviously, you want to be turned into hot dogs and consumed. Why not do it in a way that is at one of these celebrations where you are mixed in amongst the hot dogs in a hot dog eating contest?
Oh, well, that's not a bad idea, too. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to accomplish this. I mean, but because once I have served my penis to Mitt Romney, I think at that point, that itch will have been scratched in terms of like having somebody eat.
By the way, you're never going to be able to scratch that itch down there. Once that's gone.
It'll be gone.
I think
you're going to have a phantom memory of that.
I think if you can get that done, we can get Sean in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No, look, if you can get that done, anything's possible.
We have a lot of big goals. Big goals are coming out of
this. Big goals for 2019.
Yeah.